Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. How are you all doing? And we are here gonna do some Yuri Friday. I'm gonna make Anita a little bit smaller. Are you messing with your face?
My face doesn't mess around as much as yours, but it's still.
Yeah, I mean, I got ears to wiggle.
I don't have ears. Oh wait, I do, but they don't wiggle.
They wiggle a little bit. Wait, actually, turn your head a little bit, and then Try to... They wiggle a tiny bit. Actually, that's really cute.
I'm trying so hard to wiggle my ears.
Got the fan on it here? Oh no!
Dang it. We needed that.
We do need that. Is it really bad? What if I turn my mic over here? It looks like it's less. Oh, but now my face is not. Okay. How do I make this fan not
a fan of
not
ours?
not offensive? I don't care. You peeps are cool and dying in the heat while playing Fatal 12. Okay, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll make it a little bit less. Okay, I made it a little less.
Weird thing is, like, we have the AC running, but because we're
upstairs,
it doesn't reach us.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in the background we're downstairs, but we're filming.
Yeah, that's
we're
true.
upstairs.
We are upstairs in
the downstairs.
downstairs.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we're both upstairs and downstairs at the same time.
Wow, it's a paradox.
Yeah.
I want to switch it. Yay.
Hello.
Yay, hello. Yeah, we're gonna play some Fatal 12. Air conditioner seat. How I cool the room. Very demure, very cutesy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like that meme has like evolved. It like used to be just like very something, very demure, and now I've been hearing very cutesy. And I don't know. I don't keep up with TikTok trends, so I don't know
it's
enough.
all from the same video.
It is from the same video?
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I guess people. It's just a very quotable video.
I guess so. And just the one lady who's just like looking down at the at the camera.
She's done like a lot of follow-up videos apparently.
Is this where we were last?
I think so.
Let's
Don't
see.
remember.
Load. It looks like it.
Yeah.
It won't end.
I remember.
Love that very demure meme. Haven't gotten it on my brain rotted feed, so I can't say it's that popular. Ah, I see.
It's popular among streamers apparently.
I guess so. It's popular just among the TikTok that I watch of like, I don't know, a lot of people who are like.
Well, that makes sense. It's popular on TikTok because
it came from TikTok.
People look at TikTok usually.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so we're gonna do some Fatal 12.
Right.
Do you remember what happened last time?
All I remember was that Odette got voted off the island.
Odette did get voted off, and we found out that she saved Federico
in like her past life.
Their
past lives?
Yeah, in their IRL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, Matcha is the first person besides like one TikTok I've actually seen quote that. Oh, really? Wow. I guess I'm in a different side of TikTok.
Different bubble.
Yeah, different bubble of TikTok. TikTok is filled with dressed to impress video slay in the runway. Oh.
That's a different.
I don't have that in my TikTok. I have a lot of like Japanese, like learn how to speak Japanese stuff, and so I don't know how that crosses over. I don't know. I also have a lot of camping videos, just of like people camping.
A lot of comedy.
For a little while, I had like there was this thing going around where people were just chopping wood, like just chopping wood. And I was like, I saw the appeal of like, oh, it's a strong person chopping wood. It's either like a strong woman chopping wood or like a strong man chopping wood, and then they get all like tired and stuff, and it's like, is this supposed to be like low-core porn or something? And I was like,
I didn't realize the get tired part.
Well, like I flipped through it and I was like, oh, cool. That looked really hard to chop, and then like they make noises, they're like, ugh. Yeah, and it's like,
I can see that.
Like, and they, I don't know, they just make noises, and then I was just like, oh, Oh, and then I was like, oh, it's too late. Now it thinks I like these videos. Are you talking about Canadian lady chopping wood? I'm not sure. I
have no idea.
There's like a guy, there's like a lady, there's like there's a time where my TikTok was just full of people chopping wood for some reason. Also, all those fake like, I built a house underground or like, I love those.
When they're real.
They just dig,
Yeah.
and then they have like a spa.
Yeah. I remember seeing like YouTube videos where like they debunk them. Like,
yeah.
It's like, from the way they shot it, it looks like one or two people doing it on their own. Using their bare hands.
And they like carry all this water.
Tools.
They like.
And like behind the scenes, you have like a bulldozer or something.
Yeah. I was like, damn. I like the fantasy of like they just built a house in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like reality TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Dancing?
Oh, there's always dancing videos on TikTok, but there's also like
No, like ballroom dancing.
Oh, like
Right? Didn't you have a video?
there was a while where I was watching a lot of ballroom dancing. Yeah. My TikTok's just full of whatever.
I don't know. I don't use TikTok. I heard TikTok.
She just like lives vicariously through my TikTok, and I just like sit there. I'm like, I got nothing to do. I'll browse TikTok for like half an hour. It turns into 2 hours. Surprises you two getting along so well.
Are we though? Your surprise made me misplaced, considering we were hardly ever on bad terms. Right, Naomi?
I think you hated me and tried to kill me, but
She
I
says,
forget now.
holding a gun to her back.
We're on good terms now, right, Naomi? So speaking of surprises, you're here pretty early for a Monday. Did you not stay up late last night? Trust Rennie to focus on the most important details. Turns out that shop that was having a sale, so I went ahead and grabbed a 50-volume shoujo manga.
50 volumes?
50 volume, 10 out of 10.
How much would 50 volumes of manga cost you?
Let's say they're like $5 per manga.
That's like half a PS5.
It's a $250 stack.
Oh my god. Where do you even put that?
I spent all Saturday night reading it, but I wasn't even close to finishing my morning. That's why I ended up blasting through the rest till Sunday evening. Wow, Mao's an otaku.
She is.
I crashed nice and early after that, and here we are. The manga's about an actress, but I totally recommend it, especially to Yuri. Wow, is it Oshinoko?
Is it 50 volumes?
No, it's like barely even 10, I think. I don't know. I can't remember actually how many chapters Oshinoko was, but it was like 10 episodes.
I wonder when this visual novel was released. It was popular around then.
Oh, let's see. It was released
on Steam, at least.
on Steam in 2018.
2018?
2018?
That's kind of recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naomi, Rinka, and Miharu arrive at school together. While relatively early, it's still somewhat later than usual for Naomi. Prior to the culture festival, she would always read books on her own, but recently she's found herself talking with friends instead.
Wow, being social.
Talking with friends. Granted, she spends most of her time listening, especially regarding conversations about love and such.
Love it.
The little experience she does have with such topics involves a crush she may or may not have had in elementary school. May or may not have had. She doesn't know. Besides, Naomi cannot tolerate boys that well. The only time she felt anything towards one was when she agreed that a boy who could run fast was cool. You're scared of getting emotional damage from Oshinoko? I can say for sure it would be emotionally damaging.
First-hand experience.
Emotional damage. Is that what that's for?
That's a meme.
What's his name now? Stephen Ho? Stephen He?
I think. Yeah.
Stephen. Yeah, it's such a normal dude name.
Yeah, right.
Naomi sneaks a glance at Miharu as she speaks to Mao.
Wow. I feel like the only one who would be talking about boys in this group is Mao.
Yeah. It's like, watch her be like the most gay out of all of them.
Silly's bisexual.
Watch her be like, oh my god, you guys are like so immature. You guys should be like dating. Why aren't I'm gonna go see my 4 girlfriends.
So the other day, me and my partners, we went to a bar.
Me and my partners. Yeah. She's a poly. Yeah. Miharu is undoubtedly beautiful, even from a fellow girl's perspective. What?
Yeah.
Oh, is this still Naomi thinking?
I guess, yeah.
Naomi sneaks a glance at Miharu as she speaks to Mao. Wow!
Forbidden
Miharu is undoubtedly beautiful, even from a fellow girl's perspective. Her face can turn hands as she has the proportions of a supermodel. It's hard not to want to be like her.
It's not hard to want her.
It's it's hard not to want her. Naomi came to learn the distinction between that feeling and love when she entered high school. Could Miharu relate to this?
Well, I think she's just gay.
Get it, Rinka. Your girlfriend is hot. I think this is Naomi talking.
Right?
Narrating. She may act calm when speaking to Rinka, but there are also traces of shyness. The same could be said for last night, too. Oh? Naomi refused to... Naomi tried to set it up so that Miharu and Rinka could sleep together, but Miharu adamantly refused, her face flushed. Aww.
Okay.
She had noticed Miharu being enamored by even the smallest of Rinka's mannerisms. Aww, that's cute. Though Rinka herself seems completely oblivious. From Naomi's point of view, that must be love, pure and simple. While it may still be uncommon, Naomi takes no issue with 2 girls falling in love.
That's great.
Naomi's an ally.
Not homophobic confirmed.
Yay, not homophobic, but not necessarily an ally. But she said she tried to get it so that they were sleeping together. Naomi tried to set it up so that Miharu and Rinka could sleep together.
Yeah.
So ally.
That's true.
Yeah.
She's setting them up.
Honestly, I've had a few drinks and I can't keep track of the characters while sober. Don't worry. We'll get you. So Naomi is the shy and clumsy one.
No, that's me.
She
silly.
also died.
Oh.
But she came back to life. Miharu is the tall, sexy, kind of scary one.
That's you.
No, that's not me. I'm not tall, sexy, or scary. I am scary. Short, ganky. Ganky. No, I'm not sexy. and what did I said? Scary.
Scary?
I don't think I'm scary. I don't think
scary.
I'm pretty approachable. I'm pretty like non-intimidating. I don't know, maybe. Am I intimidating?
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
I didn't think you were.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Welcome.
She's more concerned with whether or not things will work out for Miharu. Pretty non-dairy, yep. Non-scary dairy. I am also non-dairy, lactose intolerant. I am intolerant towards dairy. Rinka sees Miharu as a close friend, while Miharu loves Rinka from the bottom of her heart.
Wow.
Naomi doesn't want to see this disparity affect them in any negative way.
Wow, she totally ships them.
Intolerant in 2024. That's not cool. Earth and Naren, something on your mind? Come on, ain't nothing gonna come from looking so miserable. No. And then there's her. Naomi feels bad for Mao, considering she's been dealing with these same concerns for over a year. If they ever have a chance to talk one-on-one, Naomi wants to ask how Rinka and Miharu first met. But at the same time, she figures that not knowing what it's like to love someone is akin to not understanding most emotions felt in the world at large.
Wow, that's a really deep thought to have at 8:30 a.m.
Not knowing what it's like to love someone is akin to not understanding most emotions felt in the world at large. She could just be asexual.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you can't love someone. It just means that you don't feel sexual or romantic. Or she could be aro-ace.
Yeah, and like there's plenty of emotions to feel besides love. Yeah,
exactly.
Why you gotta downplay other people's emotions, Naomi?
Yeah, Naomi. Jeez.
And here I thought you were an ally.
She is an ally, I guess. Oh, seriously. I make my way to the usual bar once night rolls around. My alliance with Scale still stands, but above all else, I want to know why he elected Miharu.
Oh, this is probably
Federico's. It's Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Joey Yu-Gi-Oh.
Joey Yu-Gi-Oh. The booze is getting to me a lot more than it usually does tonight. Didn't even bother to eat or pregame either. I jumped straight into whiskey. Should I congratulate you on eliminating Odette? Scale sounds more arrogant than ever. He's always been like this now that I think about it. You mind explaining why you elected Miharu? Sorry for not talking to you about it first. You're aware of how dangerous she is, aren't you? Dangerous, huh? I find it to be pretty interesting. Wanted to spend a night or two in bed with her as well, but, you know, she's a minor. The idea of her being dangerous never crossed my mind. Now, if you want to feel the emotional spectrum, play a 15-minute game of Summoner's Rift where both teams have a chance at winning. Bro, that's high schooler, no.
I can imagine Naomi just being like this toxic support.
Naomi is a toxic support. She's like just like when IRL, she's just like, excuse me. But then on chat, she's like, oh my god, just run it down mid KYS.
G. BG.
BG?
Bad game.
Bad game.
BG, easy carried.
Easy carried. What do Toxic League of Legends players say?
What do they say nowadays?
I don't know what they say nowadays. I don't know what the jargon is.
Carried?
Isn't Miharu a high schooler? She is, yep. And how she got into a bar?
They serve milk there.
Rancor, please use passive to jump off the building. Thank you. Oh my god. That's crazy. I've got one arm on the table with my head hanging down and take another drink. This ain't like me. Maybe because I've spent all day thinking about stuff. Stuff I couldn't stop thinking about, no matter how hard I tried. Things doused in uncertainty where a clear answer may not even exist. Turns out, she had all my information at her disposal. That's proof enough that she's dangerous. Doubt she could have known that I would elect her, though. If anything, it was probably Odette who figured I would from when we were allies. Surprised she told me Haru, though. Makes me glad that you were able to eliminate her in the end. Are you feeling bad about it, perhaps? Hell no, that ain't it. I'm just confused is all. She gave her own life to save me when I was dying. Knowing her, she could have escaped alive. What's more, she had all my info as well. I saw all 3 of my cards after eliminating her. I don't get it, man. Both her thought process and this frustration I'm feeling are a mystery to me. I'm the one who won in the end, but it doesn't feel that way. As I suspected, you... Listen, ain't gonna deny that I enjoyed the time I spent running around with her. Now, when I think back on it all, teaming up with you has been boring. Everything he says and does is weaved in lies. He drinks with me, but it's easy to tell he's making sure he doesn't get drunk. Can't even compete with him like that. There's nothing wrong with that if we're just cooperating to fulfill our own goals. That makes things simple then. Odette was my buddy. This guy ain't nothing close to that.
Guy ain't my buddy, pal.
Ain't my pal, friend.
I don't know what the rest goes.
You just keep making him up. He ain't my friend.
My friend, dude.
He ain't my dude, amigo. He ain't my amigo, bro.
He ain't my bro, Tomodachi.
Shinyu.
Nakama.
My Nakama. Making myself sick with all these sentimental feelings. Should I take that as a suggestion that we all call off our alliance and use a Rengar passive? Whatever, I don't care. How do you plan on dealing with Alan? Figure something out. Besides, you've been trying to figure out my regret for a while now, haven't you? Looks like you still haven't managed to, judging by your attitude. I agree. This wasn't a very exciting alliance, especially with how useless you are.
Oh,
damn! Look at his eyes. Is scary too.
This is Toxic League players.
Whatever. It's so long. Scale slams some money down on the counter before leaving. I'm not sure if he'll ever come back. Who's the bartender? like the bartender's just sitting there like, what are they talking about?
Just sitting there like, so this elimination game.
Yeah.
When's the next one?
Yeah. But I'm sure that I'm truly on my own now. Then again, I was probably alone the moment I considered stabbing Odette in the back. Miharu and Scale never needed me, nor did they ever want to get close to me.
No,
Wow.
he's all alone.
I spent a while longer drinking alone. I don't talk to a single person. Not even thinking about anything now that I'm drunk. Just wallowing in my own misery, or so I think. Is that all alcohol you seem to love so much any good? He's all beaten up.
Oh, from his fight.
Yeah, from his fight with Odette. That's right.
Yeah.
A distressing voice drags me back to reality. You're... Oh, yeah. You ain't allowed to drink from where you're from, are you? Technically, but I've cast my religious beliefs. I don't know why he's Russian. I don't think he's supposed to be Russian.
No, I think he's supposed to be
Indian, but I don't know how to do an Indian accent,
Yeah.
and I feel like if I tried, it would be very,
offensive.
very offensive. I just haven't had.
No.
It's like how do you do
I understand like a skinny dude, you know, like an Indian accent.
skinny dude.
Does that make sense?
Like a comedian's version.
Yeah.
I know, like the caricature.
Yeah.
Like who's that Canadian comedian? Russell Peters. Do you know Russell Peters?
I don't remember.
Okay, I'll have to show you some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I saw him live. It was funny. But okay,
stuff
I
like
need to
that.
see. Is his name Russell Peters, or am I being opposite racist?
Counter race.
Yeah. It's this
Oh.
guy. Okay, thank God. It's like, that's a really non-Indian name. Okay, Alan Scorpion is also not a very Indian name, and it's Alan Scorpion.
That's because it's a name he made up, right?
That's
Has to cite his
right.
real
Yeah,
name.
it's his J-pop idol name.
His VTuber name.
His VTuber name is Alan Scorpion. Like
I can imagine that being some guy's VTuber name.
yeah. And he looks just like him, except silver hair. I bet you, silver hair, and just haven't had the opportunity to drink by the nature of my age. What? How old is he? I always forget you're just a punk kid. I'm here for a reason, you know. Are you sure you have the luxury of getting this drunk during divine selection? Alan ignores my statement and poses his own question. This is the first time we've had his face-to-face now that I think about it, but it doesn't feel that way since I've seen him in the dream world so often. He's got the face of a straight-laced businessman, but his physique runs in total contrast to that. Yep, just as annoying here as he is there. Stupid, annoying, hot dude.
Stupid, sexy Alan.
Stupid, sexy Alan Scorpion. Don't think I've forgotten about what you said during the 4th election. Worry not. You've etched yourself into my memory for surviving this long. Of course, I see no need to take back my comments regarding your foolishness. Oh yeah? Sorry to say that I might actually agree with you now. He might be trying to provoke me, so my responses of him have surprised him a bit. I've just now noticed that he's got a few cuts and bruises on him. Guess you and Odette went at it, huh? She's been dying to fight you, so I guess she went ahead with it after figuring out that I'd elect her. Correct. So, who won? I even surprised myself a bit with that question. I never would have asked had I not considered the possibility that even a monster like her could lose to this guy. The results were hardly clear, but I was apparently able to barely outlast her. That's so. She must have been real happy then. No doubt she considered him the winner if he outlasted her. She's simple like that. But it makes me jealous. He made Odette admit defeat through his own ability. Must have been a hell of a fight. Curious to know, how strong was she from your perspective? Alan takes a minute to respond. What they do, like, spend, 2 hours shooting each other and punching each other?
Yeah, right?
Like,
And then they broke the gun.
yeah, they broke. And the knives. The second strongest of those I've met thus far, I'd say. First, if we judge her purely on her penchant to beat someone senseless.
Who's the first?
Second strongest? Who's the first? Damn, you'd actually put someone above her? Must be a samurai or assassin or something. Not quite, just family.
My mother.
My mother.
Mother-in-law.
She will beat my ass from here to Norway. What are you talking about? No, you don't understand. I cower in fear of my mother-in-law.
I like the idea. The one person he's really scared of his mother-in-law
and
with a slipper.
Yeah, with a slipper. She's just a tiny little woman. Wasn't looking for a serious response. Guess you're part of the crew who's changed thanks to this whole situation. Not quite. I've simply reverted to my old self. That's so. Downing the rest of my drink, I'd leave a crumpled up 10,000 yen bill on the counter and tell the bartender to cover the impending repair costs.
Not nearly enough.
It's $100. Who wrote this? I know what you're here for. You want to rough me up and find out something valuable. Oh no, my little bum. Don't rough up my little bum.
No. Well, thank you for the
Correct.
Got a raid.
What's that?
Raid.
Oh, Raid! Thank you, Raiders. Welcome. Raid is you. What's up, Case? How are you doing?
Hello, Case.
Wow. Thank you. It's weird that I don't get the notification on this screen, because usually I hear like bum ba bum ba
It's really
ba
quiet.
bum. Oh,
Yeah. But also, yeah, it doesn't appear in this chat.
weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. I hope you had a
thank
good time. I hope you had a
you.
good stream, and I hope you will get your rest. How goes Yuri? It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, so far it's just mostly two dudes talking to each other.
Yeah, right? That's really awkward for the Yuri. Actually, the beginning was about the friend of the Yuri.
Yeah, the friend was Yuri.
Yeah.
Or the friend. The
Friend-
beginning was Yuri.
Yeah, the beginning had some Yuri in it. Did I read that? Fine by me. If I manage to take you down, that means I've technically surpassed Odette as well. She certainly seems to preoccupy your mind. Fate made it just so I owe her my life. Come again. Don't worry, I'll fill you in if you can beat me.
2 punches later. Okay.
It's not often I roll up my sleeves before a fight. I ain't some pushover who can move well when they're drunk either. More importantly, I've got the height advantage.
How tall is he? I always thought Alan was like
Really
6'5".
tall. Like, yeah. And so he must be like 7 feet tall.
Oh, yes, clearly.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I feel like he would be the. They're just both like ambiguously tall in my head.
Yeah. This guy's built like a tank, but I can't see myself losing. And I lost. Oh, he's all wrecked and stuff. Damn it, he wrecked me.
You know, on, like some RPGs, like Fire Emblem. Is it Fire Emblem? Maybe
What?
not Fire Emblem. But if they get defeated and they have all this beat up sprite.
Oh, in Fire Emblem, if they get defeated,
They just die.
they perma-die.
I guess something else then. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What else happens in yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I make my way back to the hotel in tatters. I've been staying at this place for a while now. None of the staff want to bother with me, all things considered. Can hardly blame them. I knew he was a beast, but that doesn't make losing any less frustrating. He beat me so soundly that I can't even bullshit my way out of it. One punch to the gut, followed by one to my right cheek. That's all it took to knock me over a bunch of glasses and bottles before passing out.
It was 2 punches.
It was 2 punch. 1-2 punch.
2 punch.
Alan dragged me outside afterwards, and I was officially expelled from the bar. Pretty upsetting because they have good booze there. Sure does hurt. Tried my best to laugh the way she did, but it leaves me feeling empty. Alan didn't beat me senseless for fun. He got what he came for while he was at it. All because I was stupid enough to hold on to something dear to me.
Oh,
What was that?
some kind of trinket or maybe like a pendant or something.
Oh, he wanted his regret or something?
Yeah.
Fitting for a loser like me, though. Pull out every object that may symbolize just how stupid I am. A ring ever so important to me.
Yeah.
Guess he has some compassion considering he didn't steal it from me. Then again, he's probably got a photographic memory when it comes to jewels thanks to his job. Scenery outside my room's window is far too bright for a dimwit like me. I collapse onto my bed after taking a shower and I fall asleep almost immediately.
So he's getting voted off the island.
Alan Scorpion's gonna take him out.
Yep.
Baba is you. Bro, what is Alan's workout routine?
It's not really
That's weird. How
refreshing.
come my thing isn't
Yeah.
updating here? Refresh. Federico didn't look like he was bruised other than an undone and tie and messy hair. Good fuck Federico. Yeah, it's the worst.
He's not the. I don't know. He's not as bad as I think Scales or his characters.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They really got some winners here. Recalling the events that followed his victory after Federico, Alan mumbles to himself as he walks. Holy fucking shit, I really got beaten up by a stupid ring of all things. But he must be a Jax man with how he wants his high school girl. What? Do Jax... Oh, Jax Maine. Oh.
What?
I don't
Jax
know.
means.
I like the Canadian Jax hockey skin.
Yeah.
I have that one. I also have the shitty Olympics Amumu skin.
What?
Did you not see the
No.
Olympics
I don't know what this is.
Amumu? Vancouver
I
Amumu.
feel like this would be a
Have
rare
you seen-
skin.
Oh, really? I don't know. I had it. This one. It's just two guys different colored shoes. It's Vancouver Amumu. I got the Isomaki Corky. That's my favorite skin I got. I'm pretty sure
Is
I
it
have.
rare?
I guess it is. I didn't know it was rare, but he's from Vancouver.
God, you can tell because of his shoes.
It's because of his shoes. Oh man. I thought you guys were talking about Jax from Amazing Digital Circus. The rat has gotten to me. I don't know what Amazing Digital Circus is. You live in a different part of the internet from me. Having dragged Federico out of the bar, Alan proceeded to look through his belongings. Neither his wallet nor phone held any valuable information. His credit card may have been useful at one point, but Alan already knew Federico's name. He did make sure to jot down his contact details just in case. Just as he was ready to give up, he noticed Federico holding something tight in his hand. He must have grabbed it right before passing out, which meant it meant something dear to him. He pried Federico's hand open and picked out a small ring. While modest, it did have a diamond encrusted in it.
Oh.
Alan could tell at a glance that it was real thanks to his line of work. The ring itself was simple, but the mount was well adorned. There were initials engraved inside, too. Bit old, but well taken care of. Based on the design, I assume it's an engagement ring. Alan committed the ring to memory, took a few pictures just in case. You don't have to commit it to memory if you take pictures of it, you
You
idiot.
can't bring pictures of you to the dream world.
That's true. And then placed the ring back in Federico's hand. He ponders a number of things as he continues to walk. Researching Federico's ring will likely lead Alan to his regret. It's only a matter of time before Federico's elimination, then. Alan figures the same applies to Scale, too. Of course, Alan does not consider people who are all talk a threat in the first place. Which was exactly how I felt about Federico Carminati at first. Alan's evaluation of Federico has changed significantly now. As such, he will not hesitate when the time comes to elect him. The issue lays beyond that point. Rinka and her friend Hebinata Miharu. It truly is cruel that the only one can survive this. Alan states the obvious as he smiles to himself. He has a crush on Rinka, probably. Everybody has a crush on Rinka.
That's it.
If he's like as young as the other people claim that he is, you know, they're like, oh, you're a young business dude. Then like
He's probably like high school or like
he's probably like
college.
early 20s.
Yeah, I can see that.
Jax is becoming too common a name. I thought you meant like Mortal Kombat Jax. Oh, not Choco.
Choco.
Choco Jax.
Jax, Choco.
But yeah, there are way too many streamers who get outed for bad things in the League community who are Jax one tricks. Oh, that's not good. I didn't know that. Oof. Big oofsies.
You stay away from those.
Yeah. Don't go near those people.
I just play mid lane Vex.
I just play. What was it? One trick Vi.
Yeah.
Vi, Sejuani, Shyvana, and Poppy.
Yeah.
Although Poppy is like a very far fourth. And if I ever get forced into support, I'll play like Morgana or like who else will I play in support? Who else have I played? Oh, Leona. I've played Leona. When you've had to play ADC, I've played Leona. Didn't you used to main ADC? Like a long time ago.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, ADC is like my secondary, but I'm not very good at it.
Oh, really?
I'm not very good at anything.
You're very good at League.
No.
You're very good at mid. Not from some sense of inner peace, but from his expectations.
We should play that friend group again.
What friend group?
The other friend group we played League with before.
Oh, who did we play League with before? I don't remember.
We have a whole group chat.
Oh, but they don't play anymore.
Oh, that's so sad. Anyways, it's enough League talk.
Miharu, Naomi, and myself gather at Lionhouse after school, just as we arranged.
Sorry for making you close up shop early.
No worries. Not like we run the place to make a profit.
Yeah, just like that arcade.
Just like that arcade. All the regulars are fine with it, too. We have important things to discuss today. Things we'd rather not have other people hear. Things regarding the secret behind Divine Selection that Miharu has kept bottled up.
Ooh.
Just as we drop our bags and move to our usual seats, the door opens.
Get out of here.
Oh, sorry, we're actually closed right. It takes a moment to recognize who it is due to the way the light is shining in and concealing their face. He's already inside by the time I figure out who he is.
Oh.
You're... This place looks even nicer than it does in the photos. Numeral X 9. Scale Jones.
Final Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy Jones is standing right in front of me. Not only is this the first time we've met in the real world, but it's also the first time we've spoken.
Why are you here?
Miharu glares at him. It's clear that she's wary of him. Naomi tries to stand, but I gesture for her to stay seated. This shouldn't come as a surprise, should it? It's only natural to assume that Shishima Rinka would have my information if Miharu was able to protect herself from my election. It's only natural to assume that Shishima Rinka would have my information if Miharu was able to protect herself from my election. I guess.
Yeah.
Following that logic, I'll be eliminated next. Thing is, I can't allow that to happen while Alan and Federico still remain. I'm working under a just cause, after all.
That's true. They said that they would eliminate what's his name? Scale the next week.
Yeah. Mind explaining why you tried to eliminate Miharu then? Why would you do that to someone you're allied with? No pleasantries are required between participants meeting for the first time. All that matters is gaining the upper hand. I suspected you were working with Odette Malinson, I can't remember how to pronounce it, though that seems to have been my mistake. For that, I apologize. His answer is clear and concise to the point of being suspicious. It almost sounds like a canned response he practiced beforehand in anticipation of being asked that very question. He can't be trusted. I figured as much based on what I'd heard from Miharu, but meeting him in person only confirms it.
Don't like this guy.
Don't like him at all.
No.
Nope. Scale can frick off, this Scale guy.
Spare us the nonsense and get to the point. You're here to cut us a deal so that Rinka won't elect you, right?
If that's the case, please get on with it. I'm fairly certain you should try to make him leave. You must be the victim of that terrorist attack at Amecha before it was undone. Glad to see you're doing well.
Jesus.
Don't you dare. Calm down. I have no intention of doing anything to her, for now at least.
Why would you say that? Who says that?
Maybe when she turns 18.
Why does everyone want a piece of Rinka and her friend?
Shishimai is Rinka's last name, so Shishimai the Lion Dance is just a part of her name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just as Miharu said, I am here to make a deal with you. A promise, if you will. I make sure to keep my guard up as it continues. Us three will be the only ones left after Alan and Federico are eliminated. I might know of a way for all three of us to survive, given that scenario. He looks as serious as can be. Around 30 seconds of silence follows. That's a long time. I realize that he's suggesting the same idea that Miharu shot down this morning, but I don't know how to reply. Miharu is the one to break the silence with an overdramatic sigh. Perfect.
That's the best you could come up with now that your back is against the wall, huh? You're hoping for a peaceful resolution here. But unfortunately, that method won't work.
If all three of us elect and subsequently protect ourselves, we'll be left with no one able to elect another.
Just as I said, it won't work. But fine. I'll fill you in on the secret I was about to reveal, but you'll have to go away after that.
Miharu. Doesn't seem like I have any choice but to agree. Surprisingly enough, he goes along with... Oh, wait, wrong person. Surprisingly enough, he goes along with it. Surprisingly enough, he goes along with it. Scale makes his way into my cafe so he can hear her out.
Rinka, you remember your promise from this morning, right? I don't remember.
I can tell how serious she is from her expression. I promise to stay together forever. I promise to love each other until death do us part.
It's like, did you guys get married?
Did you guys get married or something? You can't do that in divine selection. She made a promise not to hate her after hearing whatever this could be. Oh. My mindset hasn't changed, so I nod my head firmly.
This entire ritual is called divine selection, so I assume you've taken the time to consider what exactly is being selected, correct?
Do you think that the people who are being selected are the ones who replace Parka and they become the next person to do divine selection?
Oh.
Do you think Parka might have been the previous winner of divine selection?
Whoa!
I hope that's the case.
I want Parka backstory.
I want Parka backstory too. I hope that's the case.
Hoping
Okay.
Parka's a hidden third route.
Yeah, me too. Everything starts with this question. The ritual of divine selection is the one that changes fate itself. It is the sole method by which one can escape their death. That's what Parka told us. What purpose is being carried out through this ritual, though? She never said anything about that. I never even thought why, considering I was so preoccupied with ensuring my and Miharu's survival. I have my own suspicions about the whole thing, but they've only ever led me to more questions. Escaping death is merely a circumstance... Oh, that's not part of it.
Escaping death is merely a circumstance of this entire ritual. Its true purpose is to develop a suitable vessel for the goddess.
Oh! Did I just guess right?
Sort of. I think it's more of like if you choose like a suitable vessel, it's like
A new body for the
body
goddess?
For the goddess?
So, what does that mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
Escaping death is merely a circumstance of this entire ritual. Its true purpose is to develop a suitable vessel for the goddess.
Okay.
I think Parka is in the body of the previous winner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so nobody survives, really?
Nobody
Oh
survives.
my god. Miharu goes on to explain what she means. Apparently, Parka can't remain in the court of fate beyond the 12-week span that encompasses divine selection.
How did she figure that out?
Oh. To be more accurate, I guess they'll explain, the court of fate can only be maintained for 12 weeks. Thus, Parka cannot remain longer than that. I'm not too sure about the logistics, but basically she needs us in order to keep living.
I said vessel, but it's not like our bodies are what become vessels or anything. It's our dreams, and the worlds born from them in which she resides.
The dream world.
Oh boy, this is gonna get weird.
According to Miharu, the dreams we have are all part of the dream world.
Parka claimed that dreams served as headstones in a graveyard of possibilities that we once had, but also as part of our individual metaphysical worlds.
Alternate universes, I guess. Parka exists in a plane above ours, thus lives within our metaphysical worlds, or something like that. Can't say I understand what any of it means. The metaphysical refers to something without form. As a philosophical concept, it represents experiences that exist beyond our perception of space and time. So basically, it borders on the supernatural. Parker herself said that we couldn't be cognizant of such a conceptual world without some work on her part. That's why the Court of Fate was created. By linking our dream worlds into one shared space, we thus become cognizant of it. So, what is Parka then?
It's got really deep.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I don't know that much. What I do know is that she's undoubtedly not human, and that her existence is far beyond our comprehension if she truly is a deity.
So, divine selection is basically a system put in place to find a body for Parka to live in? Miharu nods in response to Naomi's question. Respectfully, this shit is so ass. I just want to see the Yuri at the end. I need the payoff for this 50 plus hours of game, okay? I just need the Yuri payoff. Like, we've had like 13, like maybe 15 hours, like 15 streams that are each at least 3 hours. Respectfully, this shit is so ass. Why must 12 people compete against each other then? It's still a fact that whoever makes it through to the end gets to live, right?
Yep. That's one of the reasons why I said this method won't work, though.
No, you will sit through 15 hours of metaphysical concepts before you get one peck on the cheek. Just as I'm about to ask more questions, Scale butts in. It's the first time he's spoken up since Miharu began her explanation. I can't believe you guys are talking about this. I can't be the only one wondering how you know all this, Miharu. Brilliant as your mind may be, I find it difficult to imagine that this all stems from mere conjecture. His question is one that I, and most likely Naomi, are curious about.
It's simple, really. I just so happen to be the survivor of a previous divine selection, as well as the goddess's vessel up until this round began. What?
What? What the fuck? What?
Huh? Keeps dropping bangers. One
after the other. Just all these bangers. It's like...
Sure.
Okay, wait. She happens to be the survivor of a previous divine selection, as well as the goddess's vessel up until this round began. But wait, wasn't she like in love with Rinka and like?
Yeah.
Disrespectfully, this shit is so ass. Where the fuck did this come from?
This is the most left field plot twist.
What? What happened to her whole like personality then? Yeah. Okay.
I was able to speak with Parka herself within my dreams until that point. When?
What?
We just have a casual one-on-one with
She
Parka
has a weekly scheduled Parka one-on-one.
She sleeps for 8 hours and just talks with Parka for 8 hours.
I guess. I was able to speak with Parka herself within my dreams until that point. Oh, hold up. You were able to speak with her? And you're the survivor of the previous divine selection? Which means this isn't the first one. Rinka, calm down. Let's just take this one step at a time. Scale seems awfully composed in the face of our surprise. Well, that explains things. I did find it odd that something like this could happen out of the blue, so it makes sense for it to be a scheduled occurrence. How many years ago was this, if you don't mind my asking?
You sure I'm taking this seriously? Long enough that I don't remember, I'm afraid. I hadn't even turned 1.
1 year old?
Isn't this like 12 babies trying to like figure out each other?
She was a fucking baby? You don't even have a name. You don't even have thoughts.
Yeah. How are babies supposed to figure out each other's name?
Yeah, or regret. My regret is that I didn't have carrots for dinner.
My regret is I didn't poop one more time.
My regret is that someone took my lollipop. Dude, 1-year-olds even get lollipops?
Did they even get regrets?
Do they even know what happiness is? And you managed to survive despite that? Did you have someone helping you along the way?
I don't think a baby would have survived that no matter how much help they got.
This is actually so funny.
What?
Okay.
I've said enough already. Saying more will open up more plot holes.
Shut up. Let me just continue. Just pretend that none of this happened.
Knowing that the system itself will be compromised if 2 or more people survive is plenty, isn't it?
Knowing that the system itself will be compromised if 2 or more people survive is plenty, isn't it?
I guess she doesn't want to reveal more about her backstory, but like,
how come
you can make up words at this point?
Like she was 1? Did she not remember this?
No, because she's 1.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, how does she know that she was in divine selection?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Not really,
Well,
but I can tell you want to kill the conversation here. I'll settle for what you've told me for now.
I mean, maybe Parka told her.
And maybe Parka told her, but then maybe Parka's lying. It's odd, really. He knows I'm going to elect him, but he never tried to make me reconsider. It's like he isn't worried in the slightest. That realization is enough to shift the surprise away from what Miharu has just revealed. I doubt I'll get anything worthwhile by staying, so allow me to take my leave now. With that, he makes his way out of Lion House without a care in the world. What? Oh.
Questions.
Soon after, the 3 of us end up at our usual table. That's all, though. We just sit there in silence. I figure nothing will change if I don't speak up. That prompts me to work up the courage to say something. How would she even elect anyone? She's 1.
Yeah, right?
How would she win if she can't elect?
I feel like they have to explain that somehow later.
Yeah. Tell me, Miharu, did you have any intention of making it through this together with me in the first place? She draws her eyes away from me. I take a bit to think before I continue. Sorry, that was a cruel way to put it. Hydrate. I will hydrate. Thank you. I vote for this child. Fuck this baby. What the fuck's in here? You were planning to give yourself up for me after all, weren't you? We'd elect one another, but you wouldn't protect yourself in the end. That was your plan, right?
Can someone elect themselves? Maybe that's how that happened.
Oh, maybe.
Nobody could figure out the baby's regret because it's a baby.
It's a baby. Baby gets it as a pass because it's a baby. It doesn't have regrets or feelings or... What were the other ones? It's like cause of death? Yeah. Probably falling. What's the cause of death? Somebody poisoned this baby's milk? I don't know. Fucking the mom dropped her on her head. Like... Yeah, why is there a battle of baby in the royale?
Oh my god.
Mia's cause of death sits. Oh my gosh. She let herself get eliminated and leave me as a sole survivor. I'd become the vessel for the goddess or whatever, but in exchange that let me escape my death.
He realized why Scale left the way he did, based on what I've told you, right? My death is what kicked this round of divine selection off in the first place.
Oh,
I guess whoever dies at the same time as her enters divine selection.
Oh, interesting. But she tried to commit suicide.
Yeah, she just like time it when the
I guess she succeeded.
Happened or something.
But then maybe she did.
That would be wild.
I don't know. I failed to find any words to reply with after her explanation. Instead, Naomi speaks up. So, the death of the current vessel is what triggers the new round of divine selection. In other words, your death created this one, correct?
Exactly. You two know my cause of death, too. It was no accident. I went through with it on my own, hurting the person dearest to me in the process.
I'm not drunk enough for this game right now.
Now I know why Federico was spending every day at the bar.
Yeah.
He's just like, this is too much.
Yeah. While I know the cause and am in possession of the card, I don't know the details behind it. I couldn't bring myself to ask her before either. Mainly because I felt it had no relevance to divine selection. The last thing I want is to force her to talk about something like that. There's one thing I would know for certain, though. You didn't always wish death upon yourself, though. That's why...
There's no need to cover for me. The card you hold and the outcome it represents are all that matter.
Yet again, I'm left without a means to respond. not a means. You have a means. You can just open your mouth and respond. But you don't have a content to respond with. She's made it abundantly clear that she doesn't want any form of consolation.
I figured that you'd hesitate to elect me when the time comes if you knew about this.
What is this action music right now?
That's why I try to keep it to myself. Although, that effort's been for nothing since I've spilled the beans.
It wasn't for nothing at all. It couldn't be. Not when you've been thinking so hard about how to ensure Rinka's survival.
And just what would you know about that?
Chill, Miharu. Holy shit, dude. No, she's right. I was out of line.
Here I am, lying to Rinka and lashing out at Naomi. I really am the worst.
Miharu derides herself before standing up. What's derides mean?
Like, speak badly about...
I would have thought that would be a different word. Do something else.
Divides?
I don't know.
It's like derisive?
Derisive? Okay, yeah. Derides herself. Got it. I shoot up immediately after, although it takes me a little longer to find the right words to refute her. That's not true. Don't beat yourself up over this.
I'm going home so I can cool my head. You don't mind, do you?
Miharu.
I don't have it in me to lie to you again.
No. Miharu takes her leave, refusing to look back even when we attempt to stop her. I notice her biting her lip as she's leaving too. She's doing everything she can to hold something back. Okay, honestly, I'm actually a little cold. Can I turn this off?
Yeah. She's about to punch Naomi in the face.
She's like, oh my god, I cannot hold back punching Naomi in the face. Her face is just so punchable.
Little tiny fragile face.
This tiny little fragile Naomi. Where'd your glasses go, nerd? She used to have glasses, right?
Naomi?
Yeah. I was like, where'd your glasses go, nerd? With Miharu gone, Naomi and I sit down facing one another. It pains me to know that I'm the one responsible for making Miharu feel the way she does. It was for my sake that she never mentioned anything about becoming a vessel. My survival means so much to her that she's willing to lie to me. She's been dealing with far more than I could have ever imagined. What was the year like before this? Like when they were in their first year of high school, for Miharu to fall in love with her, but Rinka not to know anything about her. Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably one of those things where she Rinka gave her
an eraser or something.
Let her borrow her textbook once.
Yeah.
And then Miharu's like, I would die for this girl.
I would die for this girl. Literally. How the fuck did this girl fail your Rinka pull Miharu? She actually though, how? She's been dealing with far more than I could have ever imagined. Oh, you want to be Naomi now?
Sure.
Okay.
I hope she'll be alright.
I think she'll be fine, given time that we don't have. It's all my fault for letting Scale influence me, though. It basically forced her to prove him wrong.
Don't blame yourself. If anything, I should be the one doing that.
Blaming you? Don't blame yourself. I should be blaming you. It's not your fault either. We shouldn't sit here feeling sorry for ourselves when Miharu's hurting the most, though. Sorry for starting that cycle in the first place.
Who says that? Don't blame yourself. I should blame myself. And she's like, yeah, you probably should.
What do you mean?
I think I should be the one doing that. What do you say in response to that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You should. You're right. You're
right.
You know, that
Good
guy
on you.
from Final Fantasy 14. It's
Which one?
Oh
yeah.
Don't. It's I'm so sorry. Oh no, don't feel bad. It was okay. I won't.
Okay, well, I'll stop.
Huh? Oh. It's not your fault either. Sorry for starting that cycle in the first place. Yeah, there's no way she'd be... Oh, wait, this is you.
Oh, yeah, there's no way she'd be fine with dealing with a secret like that.
Miharu never even considered the possibility of her own survival, judging by what she said.
I feel even more confused about both Parka and Divine Selection now.
Me too.
Miharu said she was able to converse with Parka, right? Does that mean she knew what fate awaited you?
I doubt it. She looked genuinely shocked when she first saw me in the dream world. When you think of it that way, if it weren't for Divine Selection, I'd be dead right now. Plain and simple.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about it.
If you think of it that way. Okay, I'm thinking about it. It's all thanks to Divine Selection that the terrorist attack on that day was undone at all. Maybe it'd have been for the best if I accepted my fate.
No, it wouldn't have.
Naomi speaks up with a quivering voice.
Meeting you and being saved by you in exchange for your own life. Losing my life only to be saved by you again. Being taught how to brew coffee.
Aw, the music.
Setting up our culture festival store. Arguing with Miharu only to learn more about her by doing so. It was all predetermined. Oh, if it was all predetermined, then I could safely say that I hate fate and everything it stands for.
Well, I will escape from crossing fate. Naomi.
I will join Blaze Blue. Besides, I forget everything that happened during Divine Selection if anything were to happen to you. I don't want to believe fate has a say in that. My memories of you are too precious for that to be the case. Sorry. I know this is far worse for you two than it is for me.
Aw. Thanks, Naomi. That's precisely why I won't allow myself to give in. I don't want everything to be undone. My encounters, my accomplishments, I don't want any of it to be for naught. In that being the case, I have no choice but to live, alongside Miharu.
Not Naomi.
Not Naomi. There's no real basis to Miharu's claims that there can only be one survivor. Parker herself said that she'd explain what would happen should two or more remain, if that's what comes to pass.
Did she say that specifically?
I don't
feel like
know.
It's pretty obvious foreshadowing.
I don't think she did say that. I can't remember.
I can't remember. Maybe at the very, very beginning.
I can't recall if I explained this to her before, so I make sure to go over it again, just in case.
Thank you for us, the viewer.
Thank you.
So, you're going to try it and see how things go?
Yep. If that's the only option, then I may as well. I'll probably talk to Scale again, too.
It's a relief to see you acting like your usual self.
Naomi makes her way home after our chat in order to get back before it's too late. We're already coming up to the end of June, so the daylight lasts longer now. It's still nice and bright outside despite it being past 6. Seeing her off also helps me to reaffirm something important. There was meaning behind us meeting. Meaning. I opened up the cafe sometime after 7. Who's gonna go to a cafe? The coffee cafe at 7 p.m. I feel pretty bad about it, considering I saw a number of regulars pass by while getting the place ready.
Are you guys open?
Hello.
I'm so thirsty.
I want coffee.
Oh, coffee.
It's hard to call this place everyone's second home with my schedule, but I just don't have it in me to completely close shop. I'm willing to admit that this might not be the best approach. But so long as my gran gives me the okay, I want to ensure that the store remains open as much as possible.
I wonder if she talks to her grandma about Divine Selection.
Oh, did you vote off that Scale fellow yet? He seems like a real asshole.
No, Grandma. We're going to do that next week.
Oh, good. I never liked that one. And what about that young Odette lady? She seemed nice.
She got voted off last week.
Oh, no. What a shame.
Oh, yeah. She told Miharu that she loved her.
Oh, like
in like a romantic, sexual way.
oh. Well, I judged her character incorrectly completely. Well, glad she's gone.
That's real messed up, Grandma.
Oh,
when are you coming home?
I guess I'm a poor judge of character. Huh. Well, she seemed nice. Odette did what? Yeah. Oh, wait, does it say in the... Oh, shit. What? It feels like I've gotten used to being exhausted now. That's the first thought to enter my head when I lay down after taking a shower. Yeah, there was a part where Odette, proclaimed her love for Miharu. Where is it? Here? Odette calls out to Miharu. She knows that the only thing they don't know about her is her regret. Regardless, she likes Miharu enough personally to tell her that she's aiming for scale. Miharu hears about Odette's past from her and begins to think of what strength and weakness are. There was a specific line in this conversation which was, "I love ya, kid." like romantically.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Are 90% of the cast PDF files? Yes, they are PD. It's real bad. I don't know.
I mean, it's like that anime thing where like the characters, like the protagonists are like 16, 17. Yeah. But like
everyone's
they're treated as of age, basically. Yeah. I mean, you see it a lot in like, you know, other anime or like even games. You know?
Yeah. Odette was not a good person.
Yeah. No, she wasn't.
Miharu. My mind jumps to Miharu immediately after, however. More specifically, that expression of hers as she left. I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her walk away. That expression of hers. Ooh. See.
Touch her? Oh, get in touch.
Get in touch with her.
Get in her?
Get
no,
in.
Sorry.
Oh. Wow.
Get in her? Oh, sorry. Touch her? What?
Get
in with her?
Touch her. Get in with.
Ah. Sorry, I was just misreading it a few times.
This one, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I just can't sit here after seeing that. She may be staying with family, but she's still alone in a way. No one in her own home is truly there for her. She may be beating herself up as I sit here and think. I'd much rather hear her voice right now, so I opt to call her rather than text her. Who calls people? Jesus. She answers before the first ring ends. Rinka?
I long to hear your voice.
People in the 2000s. Yeah, I used to call people when I was young. Did you call people when you were young? Like on a phone?
No, I think I'm mostly texting people. Even
No. Oh no. I see. Never mind. Wait, so you're saying you never called like friends before cell phones existed?
I did. I must have. But
you never. I feel like I still remember some of my friends' old phone numbers. Like
yeah. I got a cell phone when I was like 15 or something.
Oh, 14, right, but like before you were 15.
So before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would talk
to them on the phone.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like I mostly just like. If I wanted to talk to them, I just go over to their house.
You went to people's houses, knocked on their door, and asked their parents? What? Okay, that I definitely didn't do. People live too far away from me to like do anything like that.
I would mostly call people to ask, hey, you want to hang out? But that's it.
No, like I would call my same friends like around the same time, or they would call me. Yeah, and then we would like talk on the phone for like 1 or 2 hours or something like that. Like. Okay, maybe I was more of a girly child than
Maybe I was just antisocial.
Maybe I was a really social. So we would just like sit on the phone and we would like karaoke like like songs.
Like,
or,
like you do the thing with you're twirling the cord in your hand.
Yeah, no, like legit. No, like actually. I used to call people on telephone before smartphones were a thing. Back when Filipinos were using old Nokia brick phones. Yeah, I mean, right? I also didn't memorize or know their phone number, so I really couldn't call. Okay, yeah, no. I guess I grew up in a real different place. Like, I told you my friend from Vancouver. Like, yeah, so I would like call her, and we would like, I don't know, just try to sing different like songs and like sing, like kind of like sing for each other, but like to try and like, I don't know, train our voices to be better. Like, it's like singing class.
Like karaoke, but on
the phone. Karaoke on the phone. It was like,
wow.
Yeah. You want to kick your feet in the air and go, oh my god, no, we should. I mean, I probably did say that at some point. And I definitely was in various different weird ass like positions. Like, I'd have like a cordless phone and I'd be like upside down. Or I'd be like, yeah, I was definitely a twirl the cord in my finger kind of girl. Wow. My mom had a notebook of a small notebook of phone numbers, her friends' offices and shit. Yeah, my mom did too. Damn. I mean, I think that was a pretty good time to grow up. I think that was a pretty... we would, like, talk about DDR and, like, Morning Musume. Gacked. Like,
wow.
What was it? You know, that cat song? We sang that cat song a lot. There was a lot of, like, shoot. Yeah, Morning Musume. Miharu says she wants to see me the moment she picks up the phone. Rink, I want to see you. We decide to meet by Zojoji Temple, the very same place we brought Sophia.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gak from Mel's Miser, exactly, Gak. So it's funny that Nitori and I bought this like pair of Viture, Viture, Viture sunglasses, or they're not sunglasses. They're like glasses. AR glasses or XR glasses, so that I could have a monitor while I like lie down. Really, that is what it was. So yeah, and it says Viture, and the white version was like X-Gacked. So Gacked like
must have designed it or something.
I guess so, or he like
helped.
Endorsed it or something.
Yeah.
Rinka, I need you to come over immediately. The gods will weep with what I do to you.
The goddess within me.
The goddess within me will roar. Got into Mouse Miser recently because of Mana-sama. Wow, I haven't thought about Gacked since we got those glasses, but before that, probably over like years. A decade. Tokyo Tower shines as brightly as ever. I'm not sure why she chose this place, but there's no... We were listening to that one song. It's like... Na 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 na. Anyway, I thought about that. I'm not sure why she chose this place, but there's no denying that pleasant scenery can cleanse the heart. This place definitely fits the bill. Oh, she's in her dress outfit. Her like clothes. date outfit.
Sorry to make you wait, Rinka. Not to mention asking you out at this time of night.
Rinka will ask Miharu to pull up to fight with the strap, a gun, and Miharu will come with a strap, a bright pink edition. That's funny. It's fine. I was worried about you, so I'd much rather talk to you face to face. Rinka's like, hey, I'm just here to call you out as a friend, just to hang out. And Miharu's like, she's going to propose. I love you. I've wanted to be with you.
The wedding ring is in my pocket.
Miharu is wearing casual attire, much like me. Chances are we'd be stopped by the police if we were out in our school uniforms at this hour. Who goes out in their school uniforms just for fun? Granted, one could easily assume we were delinquents being out this late with no proper excuse.
Yeah, sure. That's what... I don't know. Mm-hmm. If it's late enough, maybe. Mm-hmm. I regret letting my emotions get the better of me earlier, especially what I said to Naomi.
Card appears.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot. Damn it. You don't need to worry about that. Naomi doesn't hold it against you.
Thanks, Rinka.
Miharu stares into my eyes as she whispers my name.
Thanks. It's like, why are you saying it like that?
Miharu, back it up. I feel a strange relief knowing that she's here with me. It's proof that we're both still alive.
I only told you about my being the survivor of the previous divine selection in the goddess's vessel, right?
What? No, you told Scale and no.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Why does she have her gloves on? Ah, are they vibrating gloves? Amazing. Ah, yes. Well, if that exists, we gotta get some. I don't
have these gloves just for protecting my scar, hiding my scar.
These gloves are also for protecting my pinkies.
There's more I need to tell you, though. It's what Parka said during our conversations. The previous divine selection was held 17 years ago, beginning July 23rd. Not only was I a participant, but your parents were as well.
What?
One banger after another.
Oh my, what? The previous divine selection was held 17 years ago, beginning July 23rd. Not only was I a participant, but your parents were as well?
What?
What? Both of my parents were participants? Google search shows vibrating gloves for arthritis.
Wow.
I barely know anything about my parents. And turns out they were participants in divine selection, much like myself. Her grandma comes in like, ah, yes. Divine selection, I won that once.
I remember your parents talking about divine selection. They didn't do very well.
They didn't do very well. I'd say it was surprising, but I'm more concerned about how to process this revelation in the first place. I mean, right? Hold on a minute. Both of my parents were participants, along with you?
I think we
But
should
that
have had
doesn't add up.
take a shot every time there's a plot twist.
Yeah. Miharu's birthday is later on in the year, December 12th to be precise. Noticing my confusion, Miharu goes on to clarify.
I actually took a year off while in middle school, so that makes me a year older than you and Mao.
Wow, she's a third year.
Whoa.
Ooh, senpai.
So she is legal.
She is Leo.
Oh.
Oh. Whoa, so you're older than this? Sorry, I'm having trouble processing all of this. I do my best to organize my thoughts really quick. Thoughts in A, thoughts in B, and thoughts Q.
This thought I'll put away for later.
Both of my parents were divine selection participants in the past. Miharu was a participant then as well, but it turns out she's 1 year older than me. That would make her 7 months old at the time.
Oh, so she's almost 18.
Yeah.
Never mind, she's not legal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Following that line of thought, I come to a certain revelation. So I was born during the previous divine selection? What?
What's going on?
Hey, hang on. Okay. So, wait. So when's her birthday? Her birthday was...
Man, if we had to figure out each other's birthday instead of cause
Both
of
of my
death.
parents... Okay, she says that Miharu's birthday is later on in the year, December 12th. Noticing my confusion, Miharu goes on to clarify. Actually took off a year, okay. Both of my parents were divine selection participants in the past. Miharu was a participant then as well. Oh yeah, she's 1 year older and she's only 7 months at the time. So her mother must have been pregnant with Rinka.
Yeah.
While they were in
During
divine
divine
selection. Following that line of thought, I come to a certain revelation. So I was born during the previous divine selection. Was in July. Assuming she was born in July.
I don't know when Rinka's birthday is.
Well, if she's a Leo, then she would have been born like...
Oh.
Right?
I don't know.
This game sucks. I like it. I want to know what happens.
Yeah.
It is a lot, though.
It's a lot of left fielders on this
There's a
one.
lot. There's a lot. That's right. July. Oh, this is you.
That's right. July 27th, your birthday and the most precious day of the year to me, came about after divine selection started. The most precious day of the year.
The most precious. Yeah. Why you have to add that detail? You don't gotta be creepy about it.
Your birthday is the most precious
This is
day of the
entertaining,
year.
though. This is every soap opera trope put together.
They just need like that random zoom in.
Yeah.
And those flashing lights.
Fernando. Federico.
Slow motion.
Yeah.
Like head turn.
Yeah. There's a TikTok I have to show you later.
Yeah.
It's funny. If July 23rd was the juncture of causality, that would mean my parents died before I was born. So how was I even born in the first place?
At what point is someone considered a living being?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's gonna go all pro-life on us.
Oh my god.
I don't have the answer, but if you are considered alive while still in the womb, then it makes sense for you to have survived. Okay.
What?
Sure. I don't know.
What, so like a premature baby? Like, I don't know, okay? Some believe life begins the moment the mother becomes pregnant. Others believe that it's the moment you're born into the world. Maybe it depends on when the mother considers her child to be alive. Basically, July 23rd was the day my parents would die, but not me. That must be why I was able to survive the fire and be born during divine selection. Hang on, that means my gran found me on July 23rd, right? Why would she say my birthday is on the 27th? My name is becoming something of a mystery too. Hang on. So wait, when did she say it was the most precious day of the year? July 27th, your birthday and the most precious day of the year, came about after divine selection started. Right. I'm sorry, Rinka, but the Bible says life begins at conception. This is a real weird thing. It says I'm super sapphic for you, huh? Don't worry, it's gonna get weirder. Okay, what's wrong with her name now? Rinka. She said that it was my mom who named me and that she did so after my birth. The process of overwriting people's memories isn't perfect, but is that enough to justify this?
Naomi mentioned that she saw visions of what was undone in her dreams, right? The same might apply here. Both are reality, but your grandmother opted to believe the one most important to her.
Okay. For you see, Rinka, I'm also your mom.
I would not be surprised.
That would not be good, though.
No, it wouldn't.
That's why half of her hair right here is this color.
Oh.
Yeah, she seemed positive when she told me it was my mom who gave me my name. I doubt she ever questioned whether that was true or not. Oops.
And that's good enough, isn't it? Sometimes you don't need a reason to back your beliefs. Park has done a good job of not explaining everything, too.
Why is Rika taking this so well? She's just,
She's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they both look like they hurt their shoulder at some point, so.
It does.
It'll take far too long for me to fully accept all these new revelations. Miharu looks as though she has more to say as well, so I should focus on hearing her out for now. She's waiting to react, okay, but
Yeah. And then she gets home, she's like,
what? Still, there's something I want to ask her before letting her continue. You were just a baby during previous to divine selection, right? Do you mind if I ask how you were able to survive?
allow me to answer your question with a question. What would you do if there was a baby among the participants?
It basically answers itself.
Vote him off.
There's no doubt that I do everything in my power to protect that baby. At the very least, I wouldn't be able to convince myself to gather information on it, let alone elect it.
You don't think someone like Alan Scorpion would
Yeah.
elect the baby?
Alan Scorpion would punch that baby.
He would go to the hospital,
He would-
pick up that baby by the foot, and ask it its regret.
yeah. You would go to that baby and create a new regret. I think that
He goes, I'm making regret being born.
I'd go to that
thank
baby.
you.
Thank you. I'd go up to that baby and slap it, and then the card would just be created.
Until the card appears.
Until the words at it until it believed it was its name. Rinka, Rinka, Rinka.
I was gonna say Alan Scorpion was the baby's cause of death.
Alan Scorpion was the baby's cause of death. Alan Scorpion is the worst. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Apparently, there was another among them. Another baby.
What's up, zombie? That's one for the animators. Okay, zombie. There's a lot of revelations that we got this stream. Oh my gosh. So apparently Miharu here is the previous winner of Divine Selection, and she won it when she was 7 months old. And
because she won, she became the new vessel for the goddess Parka.
Yeah.
To inhabit her dreams.
Yeah, and she has
live.
regular talks with her.
So every night she gets to talk with Parka.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah. 7 months old. Yeah, she was a baby of 7 months old.
Yeah.
And apparently...
But...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But also... Rinka's parents were also in that same Divine Selection.
Yeah, but it was before she was born.
Before Rinka
was born. And so that means that Miharu is actually like a year older than Rinka, but also that Rinka like was born after Divine Selection started. So after the death date. So her parents died first.
And
then she was born, and then they named her, and the grandmother remembered the name, and this baby just appeared. Like, what? And I guess we're finding out that Miharu's pro-life right now, so... Oh my god. So this is this game.
Yeah. I think more has happened this stream than like the rest of the streams combined.
There's more in this stream?
Yeah.
Even more than I Love You, Kid.
Yeah.
Apparently there was another among them. Parka stated that those three protected me all the way to the end and then elected one another.
Which three?
There was another
parents?
the parents and another person.
Oh, another person. I thought it was another baby.
Yeah. Another protector among them. My parents helped you. There was another among them.
I see.
Yeah. This is not the route I thought it would be going. Honestly, I would have thought this is a lot. It's a lot. Miharu's a pro-life lesbian vessel for the goddess OC. Yes, she is. But yeah, I guess I don't know. All right, let me drink some water too.
Oh my god, hydrate after all of that. Scale seems to have figured out that someone helped me, but I doubt he knows it was your parents.
Scale seems to have figured out that someone helped me. Okay.
I don't know how you got that.
Yeah.
But sure.
With 4 people left, 3 were eliminated. How do you... Okay, I guess if one person votes out... Okay, person A votes out person B. Person B votes out person C. Person C cannot vote out person A anymore because they died.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so
I think the only rule is that if you vote each other out, then it cancels out. But there's nothing about it being a triangle.
Yeah, but then how would they...
They're like, oh, goodbye. Oh, wait, come back for a little bit.
Yeah, right? Like, I don't get it. That left Miharu as the sole survivor and thus the winner. I understand all too well why they made that choice. If there's anything that would prove my relation to my parents, it'd be this.
That's why I was scared when you first came to me about Sophia. I thought you'd do the same for her that your parents did for me. But her foresight in meeting with Odette prevented that.
What? I can't remember.
I don't know. Sophia just said, give me a good day and then nominate me.
Yeah, she's like, I'm good.
I'm good. You guys
Sophia
should live.
was wise beyond her years. She knew that she wouldn't live long, even if she did survive, due to her illness.
Oh, yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
That's true.
right.
She understood the reason why Odette threatened her, too. What if she was just your average kid, though? As Miharu said, I might have given my own life to save her. Of course, we're talking about things that aren't possible anymore. Did my parents' actions play a part in your desire to keep doing things for my sake, then? I asked this without a second thought. Her claim that she would give her life for me might be her way of making things up to my parents. Aw, she's doubting her love.
Oh, being like, oh, she just loves me because
my parents. Yeah. Miharu wastes no time in replying. The tone of her voice is far more intense than normal. Oh, intense.
Whoa.
Whoa. Special splash art.
Wow. No, Rinka. In fact, that misunderstanding is the one thing I feared more than you coming to hate me after I had revealed all this.
How so?
You're as dense as a black hole.
Is that very dense or very non-dense?
It's very dense.
Oh, it's very dense. Oh, okay.
But Rinka wouldn't know.
Rinka asked the same thing. She's like, what? She covers her face with one hand, her voice somewhat distressed. I can only assume there's something else she meant to get across. It's okay. Tell me everything. I promise things won't change no matter what you say. Wait. Let me read back. That misunderstanding is the one thing I feared more than you coming to hate me. That she wanted to save her because of her parents?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I approach her, gazing into the eyes she's trying to keep covered behind her right hand.
Okay,
Gaze. There's about an 8-inch height difference between us, so this is the only way for me to get a proper look at her face.
Whoa, height difference.
Wow, I love height difference.
Yeah. 8 inches is a lot. But why are you so cute?
She casts her eyes away and steps back before mumbling the rest of the sentence to herself.
Are you so cute? I just want to kiss you in the face.
Miharu? Her eyes fall back on me, though she refuses to face me head on. Silence ensues as we stare at one another. The light of the nightscape causes her eyelashes to shimmer. Oh, same splash art. Done.
Fine. So be it. Just give me a minute to prepare for this, okay? I need a deep breath or 3.
Saying that, she really does start to take deep breaths. Don't make yourself pass out. I guess it's something big if it requires this much courage for her. So I make sure to remain quiet until she finished taking her 6th breath.
Rinka.
She speaks my name before falling silent again. More breaths. I won't rush her. This has to be a revelation even more shocking than that of my parents being participants in the previous divine selection. Okay.
Sure.
I bet she's gonna say she loves
I think
her.
Rinka really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though she said that before.
Rinka, why were you watching Miharu's chest counting her breaths like that? Gaze.
My eyes are up here. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
Huh? Well, I love you too, but
I love you, kid.
I love you, kid. Like romantically. Oh well, I love you too, but while not what I expected at first, it doesn't take too long for me to understand exactly in what way she means her words. Anyway, I answer her right away on reflex. What? I love you too. A short time between that and my total comprehension of her words feels like an eternity. We're in a nice place at night with no one else around. She had to find the courage to say what she would otherwise be a simple saying between friends. I guess in Japanese it would have been like skiyo or something like that.
Yeah, like
daisuki.
Yeah, like oh, friends can say, oh,
Yeah.
I love you
Ski,
as
ski,
a friend.
ski.
Yeah.
Ski.
Like some straight girls are like, oh yeah, I went out with my girlfriend.
You're like, oh my god, I love you guys.
Yeah. Like the way Mal would say it.
Yeah, you guys, I love you guys.
I love all of you, like romantically.
This is my new polycule.
Yeah.
I'm leaving my old one.
I thought we were all dating each other.
We spent so much time together discussing divine selection, a matter of life or death, that I figured she just wanted to be more direct for once. And knowing her, I figured she'd say it that way on purpose. But now it all makes sense. She never, ever meant it the way I thought she did. What?
It only took 50 hours.
I can't believe how dense I've been. No wonder she made that black hole comment. Hold on. Assuming I'm understanding the situation, then I'm the one who isn't ready for this. I mean, we're both girls, you know?
Whoa!
Whoa, Rinka's homophobic.
Whoa. That's irrelevant. Perhaps now you'll realize how hard I've been trying to appeal to you all this time. Let me say it once more. I love you, Rinka. Not as a friend, but as a woman.
Whoa, she said she took the line right out of Odette's script.
I got that line from a friend. I love the expressions you make. I love the gold streaks in your beautiful hair. I love your soft skin.
Aww.
I love that you're short because it only makes you cuter.
Ah! Are you talking to me? Are you saying these things? Or okay, read the line now.
Not to mention your complete lack of fashion sense.
Hey. It's true though. These are very close.
Except you don't have gold streaks.
I used to.
Really?
A while ago. Yeah.
Easy.
I have soft skin and I'm short, but it makes me cuter. Good for me, Haru.
I love how kind you are and how much of a busybody you can be. I love how intense you can be, as well as how reckless. I love absolutely everything about you, Rinka.
Aw, I thought you were going to say Yuma.
Yuma.
I was like, yeah, I am also all these things. I am pretty kind. Yeah. I'm also a
You're
busybody.
Yup.
Yup. I can be very intense and reckless. And this gun I found.
Wow.
Gay. I've lost the ability to speak. Never before have I been this shocked by something Miharu had to say. It's funny because, like, us, we've been, like...
Finally.
We've been, like singing, like, oh, she says she loves her. Like, she means it. And, like, she's trying to, like, really... Like, she's jealous, and she's, like... You know, trying to sleep in the same bed as her, or not. And she's like all embarrassed and stuff like that. And like everybody else around her knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, finally she figured it out.
And given how long it's taken us to get to this point, because of how long our streams are,
Yeah.
this is definitely like slow burn.
Yeah. This is like the smallest payoff.
Yeah.
She has the advantage while I'm in this state too. She continues to stare at me. Why does she have to think of it as like a fight?
Love is a fighting game, don't you know?
Oh my gosh, you mixed me up too hard. I think Rinka failed the gaze mechanic. Rinka got charmed by Honeybee Haru. She continues to stare at me, her entire face having exploded into a bright shade of red. This is a new sensation for me. I never knew just how much one's heart could flutter when faced with the love of another. She glances all around my surroundings in a panicked search for words. I desperately need help, but there's no one around. Help, I need an adult. I guess that means I need to face the situation all on my own. So, I cut myself off right away. Apologizing now would mean I've turned her down. I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. Not while my brain feels ready to burst at any given moment.
I've panicked game.
Never experienced this kind of thing before, so I think I've lost my ability to communicate effectively.
You really are adorable, you know that? Hard to believe you can look so fierce when staring down the other participants.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I pressed space bar because I was panic gay. I feel my capacity for speech diminish by the second as she stares into my eyes. She's completely different from how she was 10 minutes ago. I can't see her as the same Mishima Miharu I knew before. I thought it was Hebinata Miharu. Is Mishima her real name?
I forget which one is her real name. not real name.
Okay.
Or which one she's known her by.
Yeah. I always thought she was pretty, but the nightscape only serves to exacerbate that truth. Oh my gosh, she's more pretty than ever. Oh my gosh.
Rika didn't even realize that she could be gay until like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. It's like, shit, am I gay?
Oh my god.
We're both girls, but is that okay? But why are my panties wet? She's so pretty.
Church has always told me.
Church has always told me. That being said, I don't.
The fact that you didn't shoot me down right away is plenty for now.
With this gun?
I'll take that gun back
No,
now.
I'll take the gun back. Thank you.
I'm feeling pretty relieved now that I got it out.
Oh, well, that's good. Rika's about to snail trail around this park. Snail trail! I can feel my breath becoming more ragged. Miharu's next line yanks me right back into reality, though.
Just make sure to give me an answer before I die.
Before I die! Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I won't avoid it. I'll give her an answer no matter what. It's my turn to show the same resolve that she showed me after all. How I'll go about it has to remain a mystery for now. That's nothing new, though. I've faced these kinds of obstacles many times before. What? It's up to me to decide for myself. It's my life, after all. I promise you'll get an answer no matter what. Just, give me some time to think it through. Please? Miharu nods, a smile on her face. Yay.
Yay.
Wow, we got to the Yuri part.
Yay! That's it for Yuri
Yay.
Friday.
Yay! End of the game.
And
Nobody dies.
No more Yuri Friday.
No more Yuri Fridays
Move on
ever.
move on to the next game.
No, I want to see what I want to
Just
get an
kidding.
ending. I want to get a Miharu ending. We got the
Yeah.
splash art and everything.
Yeah.
We head home next. While I may have bought myself some time to give her an answer, our walk back is awkward considering we're alone together.
Wow.
Wow, slow burn. I like it.
Yeah.
Definitely like it better than like. I think Oshirabu had like a really forced like oh, didn't have enough build up to this point.
Yeah,
like,
and it
showing-
wasn't even like it didn't even feel reciprocated.
Yeah, it felt
It
like she got
felt like-
tricked into it,
It
right?
felt like a clingy puppy.
Yeah. A clingy puppy, and then someone got felt kind of bad for the clingy
Yeah,
puppy.
yeah.
Can't say I slept particularly well last night with Miharu next to me.
My heart. We stayed up all night doing it.
My heart was racing even when I went to bed. Part of me even entertained the thought that everything else I'd come to see and learn during divine selection wouldn't hold a candle to this. Maybe that's true, though. I mean, it makes sense, depending on one's viewpoint of how the human heart works. Even at school, I'm unable to keep my mind off it. Miharu and Mao get there before me, so I make a point to give them a cheery greeting to try and switch gears. Morning! Ohayo gozaimasu! Oh, sup, Rennie? You're a bit later than usual today. Really?
Morning, Rinka.
Hey, Miharu! Awesome to see you! There's nothing different about Miharu today. She speaks to me like she always does, but it leaves me flustered. Do you think Miharu and Parka practice nocturnal activities to get Miharu ready? Yes.
I wonder if she's always sleepy.
You'd think nothing happened last night, judging by her attitude. Now makes no effort to hide her suspicion by staring at us. Can't blame her when I'm acting like this for first thing in the morning.
Are you two?
Did you two fuck?
I feel like she would ask it like that.
She would. I feel like I know this character so well now. After battling my way through a grueling gauntlet of classes with less than a third of my typical concentration, the sweet release of lunch break finally arrives. Damn, she's describing the sweet release very interestingly. Miharu has some business with one of our teachers, so it's just Mao and myself. Relieving, considering I'm still not sure I can talk to Miharu normally. I sip my vegetable juice before getting started on my sandwich. How boring.
School life.
VH. So, Rinny, did Miharu finally confess? Did you guys... The juice flies right back out my mouth. Whoa, amazing. I mean, it was so obvious with the way you were acting and all. Couldn't you be a little bit more eloquent? So you knew about her feelings for me and stuff? You might be the only gal in the world who didn't. Even now Rin knows, even though I'm not sure she figured it out for herself or if Miharu told her. So what's your next move? While vague, it's easy to understand what she's asking. The only thing that comes after a confession is a response. Nothing for now. I'm still not sure how to process her feelings for me. Doesn't help that I've never had anyone confess to me before, and let alone another girl. What would you do if you were me? I'd fuck the shit out of her! Do you see that girl? She's fucking hot! What is wrong with you, Rinka? What would you do if you were me? I'd fuck the shit out of her. Now, 2024. Mic drop. I don't know.
Like
missionary. You mean how, right? How? How would I do her if I were you?
3 fingers, maybe 4.
4. Yeah, she seems like she could take 4. A quick blunt answer, and as she focuses more on jamming a straw into her strawberry milk. You gotta learn how to strap works already.
At least get a vibrator.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She probably knew I was about to ask. But what I do know is that it probably took a lot of courage for Miharu to tell you. In which case, I'd say you better take it as seriously as possible. So long as you give her a truly sincere answer, it should work out. I won't think any less of you if you turn her down, and she'll just go back to being your friend. Not like anything will change, except it'll be really awkward in this group where, you know. But it'll be awkward either way, because it's awkward when people start to date, and it's awkward when people don't date.
Oh, you know what happens in friend groups.
Yeah. Then again, I guess I'd be a third wheel if you two ended up an item, huh? Might just go to Narin for company then. Company was not stressed in that sentence. Hearing Mal ramble on helps to cheer me up a bit. As she said, maybe I don't need to worry about this too much. I mean, I'll still take it seriously. I just won't worry about my answer affecting our friendship. Actually, wouldn't it change if I say yes? We'd be girlfriends, right? Yes, you would. Good job, Rinka. You figured it out. A number of questions come to mind, but I do my best to push them aside and focus on the fact that we'll still be friends regardless. Won't one of them die?
Yeah.
So they start dating, and then what? She just dies happy because she's like,
it's gonna be
I
one
finally
of
got
those
Rinka to be
endings.
tragedy lesbians.
Oh, they have their one date to like get you attached to them.
Yeah.
And
then
day
shit's gonna go
after,
down.
yeah.
Miharu's gonna sacrifice herself or something like
and then
that.
she'll be like, I will always remember the time that we spent together.
My biggest regret is that we didn't get to date.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, probably. We don't know what her regret is, right?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Miharu.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Name.
Nothing.
Nothing. Name, cause of death. Nope. Name, nope. No one
Nobody
knows her regret.
She doesn't even know her own regret.
Wow. I honestly thought love was just something you'd see on TV and in manga. Oh boy. Mal's face contorts in horror at what I just said. Yup, definitely freaked her out with that one. I know more or less why. Even worse, I have no way to defend what I just said, so I try to change the subject instead. Fortunately, we managed to avoid bringing it up again until after lunch. If anything, I feel like I'll be able to set it all aside for now and hang out with Miharu like always.
Yeah, until the time comes when she's about to die, you're like, oh shoot, I didn't think about it.
I guess I love you. Friday. I spent my time thinking about both Miharu and Divine Selection. The possibility that both myself and Scale suggested of everyone being able to survive weighs on my mind again. Miharu would likely tell me not to bother if I brought it up with her. So maybe I should talk to Naomi about it instead. I already planned on meeting her after school anyways, so it works out. I haven't given up on learning the truth behind Divine Selection. Didn't you just learn the truth behind Divine Selection? Going through a bunch of books and hoping for the best might not be the best approach, but I don't want to stop. I'm a little more knowledgeable when it comes to the architecture and styles related to that place now, at least.
Not that I feel like it makes any difference.
Yeah. Like, if I go to a church, it doesn't matter if I know this architecture.
Yeah, God is still gonna smite you.
Yeah. For example, the designs aren't just for show. They reflect the time periods in which they were made and are a result of necessities from those times. Let's put that aside for now.
Let's stop thinking about it.
I'm best off relying on Naomi. I can let someone else do my homework. No need to be reserved at this point. I've already accepted that I need to rely on others to press onward. Me? You? Meow. Well. Seems like Leith snuck into my bed while I wasn't paying attention.
I guess we know Leith isn't Parka now.
Because
Miharu is
Parka. What? So how do they exist in the same, place?
She only exists in dreams, right?
Oh, hey, now Miharu can touch me because 2 kitties. That serves as a reminder that I should probably change my sheets with summer fast approaching. Wait, do you only change your sheets once a season?
Summer?
Once, a season?
It's time
or
for my
like
annual
sheet change? Oh my god. That's disgusting.
That's it. No.
No follow-up.
No further clarification.
Okay, you want to be Naomi?
Pardon me.
Come on, it's just us, remember? I laugh when I remember that we've had similar exchange regarding politeness upon entry before. Oh, I guess you went Naomi doesn't know about Miharu confessing to me. Mao said she's aware of Miharu's feelings for me, but I feel that it's best not to bring it up with everyone.
Just go around saying, hey!
Did you know Miharu confessed? Rinka has a yellow pillow. Ew. Mal caught on without me saying anything, so I'll chalk that up to a simple accident. The plan for today is to go through some books for an hour and then open up the store. Just as we moved over to our table and tossed a bunch of books and notebooks on it, Naomi hits me with a surprising question.
So, Miharu confessed to you, right?
Basically.
So, have you made your decision yet?
My decision? What are you talking about?
What? Is something the matter? You said it'd be best to create a situation where none of you could elect one another. So, I was wondering if you decided to speak with Scale or not.
Oh! A wave of relief washes over me. I nearly panicked over the possibility of her having realized the situation with Miharu. I've already decided on my path going forward. I haven't told her about my parents either. Miharu's likely to tell her soon enough. Knowing that, she might be a bit confused about my statement. That's the answer I've reached, though. Nothing will change it.
What did she say?
I don't know. I think it assumes we remember. I felt a real connection with my parents when Miharu told me about them. I'm much younger and less competent than they were at the time, but the fact remains that I would do everything I could to help save a powerless child. That fundamental desire serves a link between us. In fact, that may very well have been what's influenced my actions up till now. In other words, I've been acting on instinct. Everything I did for Keiko, Sonia, and Shigetsugu was all by my own will, yet at the same time it wasn't. The blood flowing through my veins is what spurred me on, and the fact that you're just a normal person.
A nice person.
A nice person.
I think is what she's trying to say.
Yeah. Would you like it if I dyed my hair with like funny colors like Rinka? Turn more into Yuma, and Yuma turns more into me.
I feel like it makes you turn too.
Yeah.
Your path?
That all changes now. I won't let my blood or my instinct influence how I live my life anymore. I'm not doing this because I want to save anyone. I'm doing this because I want to live. I want to return to the normal life I had with all of you. I'm fine with eliminating the other participants till it's just me and Miharu. What happens after that is anyone's guess. The fact of the matter is that I don't care about the others anymore. The best I can do for them is acknowledge that what they did during their lives and make sure to never forget that. Are you sure you still want to shoulder this burden with me knowing that? Scenery from the park flashes through my mind. I told her not long after divine selection had started that I may not have it in me to shoulder the burden of eliminating other participants. Naomi offered to shoulder it with me back then, but the resolve I have now wasn't a factor before. I had yet to awaken to who I really was. A murderer.
She just takes out a knife.
Yeah. If there's anyone I have to thank for doing so, it's...
There we go. That's the Rinka I know.
A murderer.
Rinka takes out 2 knives. Would you like to share this burden with me?
What's that mean? Naomi continues, struggling to overcome her shyness.
Well, what I mean is, nothing's changed. About you and Miharu being the only survivors, and about me being willing to shoulder that burden with you. You don't need to worry at all.
Naomi answers with a smile. Now it's all clear. Everything I do from here will be of my own will. This is my path now. I feel like she already said this multiple times.
Yeah. I'm curious about Scale, though. It's possible that he opted not to break through Miharu's defenses because he knew that you would elect him later.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he thinks he can win me over to his side, hence why he left us the way he did. It's entirely possible that I would have taken his suggestion to heart before Miharu's confession, too. It's far easier to think about ways for everyone to survive. Looking back, I was basically turning my eyes away from reality.
He's likely to pull something soon as his response to Miharu's admission. Miharu's confession. Admission. At the very least, he'll be looking to delay his inevitable election.
Just as Naomi finishes her sentence, the phone rings. Not my cell phone, the store's landline. Whoa.
The dial phone.
All inquiries regarding others and supplies go straight to my gran right now, and this isn't a place that requires reservations. So it's rare for that phone to ring at all. Hello, are you open? Knowing that, I prepare myself before picking up. Good evening, thank you for contacting Lighthouse. Good evening yourself. It's your good pal, Scale Jones. Still haven't looked up your cell phone number, so I settled for this. I make eye contact with Naomi when I hear his voice. No doubt she's realizing it's him too. There's something disturbing about what he said, though. The way he implies that he could find information pertaining to me whenever he wanted. I'd like to talk things out, just the two of us, if possible. No need to worry. It's only regarding divine selection.
That's a lot of things to worry about.
I know a bar called Milk Crown nearby. Would you mind meeting there around 8 p.m.? He doesn't even expect me to decline. Once I agree, he shares the bar's location.
Why do you agree then?
Yeah, right. Turns out it's not too far at all. I can walk there without issue. I look forward to seeing you. The call lasts a mere 2 minutes.
Did things work out?
Sounds like he wants to talk. Probably thinks I'm the easier target since Miharu won't hear him out, but that's fine. I'll make my way over later. Naomi looks concerned at first, but nods in agreement a moment later. Sorry if it seems I'm rushing through it a little bit. I kind of want to see what happens.
I'm interested too.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of the atmosphere in this part of town at night. I come in regular clothing, but that doesn't stop random guys from trying to chat me up. Bleh. Bleh. There are also plenty of drunks around, despite it not even being 8 p.m. Considering all the men that she's met and known, like, I wouldn't be surprised if she's like, ugh.
Well,
I am not attracted to men.
I just found out I'm not straight.
Oh well. I come across a sign that I definitely would have missed had I not known about it beforehand, as I make my way through this awful place. Milk Crown is located here. Its entrance is partially underground. Music from a popular rock band plays over the store's speakers. It's an all-girl band called Silky Strawberry. If I remember right, I've seen them on TV before. It's the people that bring smiles to Chat's face and might be the most epic. Oh, Rev SDX, you must be talking about yourself.
I can't believe Rev SDX is here.
Wow! Welcome, welcome. As for the customers, there's only one, a lone man sitting at the counter. Yo, Federico and I used to use this place for our meetings, so I've become something of a regular. Well, Federico ended up getting banned after stirring up some trouble here, it seems. What do you want? My treat. I'll have some juice. Whatever's fine. It's obvious someone underage like me shouldn't be in a place like this. There are numerous bottles of various types of alcohol lined up on the shelf behind the counter.
Oh, that alcohol.
This reminds me of like fan
beer.
fiction. This beer tastes like piss, so I hear.
As one who drinks alcohol would say.
Definitely say. They seem expensive, judging by the intricate bottle designs. The scale has a glass already. Inside is a slightly transparent fizzy yellow drink. Obviously, I have no clue what it is, but it doesn't seem like beer. What would a slightly transparent fizzy yellow drink be? Like a Chuhai?
Champagne?
Champagne? Oh, maybe. While nervous about being in this sort of establishment, I make it a point to not let scale influence me. I'm given a glass of mixed juice. It even has an orange slice wedged into the rim of the glass. Hey, didn't this happen before at some point?
In the game?
Yeah, somebody else had like a drink that was like just mixed non-alcoholic beverage. Probably was for Miharu.
Maybe, yeah.
Little did young Yuma know she was accurately describing what IPAs taste like. True. I thank him for it, and then Scale gets right to the point. I want to stay on the side of justice as much as possible. And what does that entail exactly? The idea of justice in our world has been debated to the point that it's become somewhat irrelevant, but I'm a firm believer that there's no ideal definition of what is and what isn't just. For example, let's say a young boy takes revenge on the person who murdered his parents by killing the killer. Both acts are criminal, but can you say the boy is an evil person for doing so? I can't. What's more important is their mindset when doing so. He may have committed a crime, but I would say the boy's actions were just. Sorry, but I'm not quite understanding you. What is it you're trying to tell me?
I'm a little boy.
I'm a little boy, and I killed my parents' killer. Boo, moral metaphysical discussion, yay, Yuri. Once figured that both Alan and Federico were evil, but when I considered what happened to them in their lives, I come to think that maybe they are, in fact, just. Now, to get to my point, don't you think we should all try and elect and protect ourselves? You remember what Miharu told us, don't you? Divine selection is a ritual carried out to determine a vessel for the goddess. While true that we would be able to live on, Miharu made it clear that things would become tenuous if more than one participant remains. That's why I'm saying we should try it. Parka allowed us to consider the possibility by hinting at its existence. We can decide what to do following that once we see what she does. Truth of the matter is that there's nothing else we can do until then. There's the possibility that it's all a ruse, too. She did only say that we would cross that bridge if we ever came to it, after all. Being vague may have been her way of making us avoid that outcome in the first place. What are you implying? What if Parka herself would disappear if she's unable to determine a soul vessel to inhabit? I gulp way too loudly.
Gulp.
Gulp? Oops. He thinks Parka would actually disappear? That's a bit much for me to process.
Wouldn't everyone just die?
I guess it's a bit easier to grasp when you consider the fact that she has to remain there. At the same time, I'd much rather understand what becoming her vessel entails, along with why she has to rely on the body of a human in the first place. That's true.
There's still a lot of questions.
There are so many questions. Also, who are those other people? Like the one with the weird robe, the dude with the robe.
Yeah, that keeps appearing in Multistreamed.
That I think is the cat.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Can't they just like take over cat bodies?
Yeah.
I'm not confident that everything would go smoothly in the first place, but well, the 5 of us made it this far. Wouldn't you say we got it in us to make it past anything at this point? His voice is full of confidence. The way he speaks reminds me of those politicians who go around and make public speeches. Chances are good that I can't conceal my suspicion toward him with that image in mind. I'm well aware you can't trust me, considering I tried to elect Miharu despite our alliance. Hardly a just act on my part, after all. That's why I'd like you to hear about my life first. You likely have all my info at this point, so I don't need to worry about handing you any new cards. I say nothing, but he opts to continue anyway.
As men in bars off do.
Mm-hmm. My name's Scale Jones, born September 30th, making me a Libra. Unsurprisingly. His life story follows. He was born in America, all along the outskirts of Texas. Hell yeah. His childhood was as normal as can be. He lived a simple life with his parents, an older brother, and a dog. However, comparisons between him and his brother became common as he grew up. Not only was his brother always top of his class, he was exceptionally skilled at any and all sports. He was also even on par with Scale's own friends on the football team who had been scouted. Scale was compared to his brother at every turn due to this, which became a source of stress for him. It led to him coming to hate his brother he once spent so much time with as a child. However, it was a camera that saved him from all of that. His parents bought him one out for his 14th birthday, which he became obsessed with. He was able to find joy in taking pictures. His parents soon came to understand that he was gifted with immense artistic sense. He was different from his brother, and his parents began to accept this. So Scale's a total loser. Apparently it was Scale's own brother who suggested the camera to his parents, as they were at a loss with what to get him. This caused Scale's hate to turn to respect. His interest shifted towards advertising following this. Thus he made his way to the city to study graphic design at a local college. He did this because he figured it would be too hard to earn a living solely through taking pictures.
I like it, like he's not even saying
it's
this.
The TLDR.
It's just, recapping all this.
His goal was to learn how to make the most of the pictures that he would take. I was always called out to the matches our school were a part of in high school due to everyone knowing about my hobby. I wasn't too pleased with that, in honesty. Things changed when I went to college and started living on my own, though. It felt like a whole new world opened up for me. That was the moment I realized how engaging it could be to capture big moments in sports. Each and every moment was valuable, though. You never capture the best shot without proper knowledge and experience, not to mention luck. You really do love it, huh? That's my honest impression based on his facial expression as he talks about it. He's almost like a little kid telling someone about their favorite toy. It's nothing like the impression I got from our search for his information and what Alan shared with me. He's very human, I guess. I doubt I need to explain the rest to you when you have all 3 of my cards, but I will say that the Olympics is the pinnacle of athletic activity to me. I always wanted to capture the moment someone from my country won a gold medal, so much so that it became my regret. However, he moved into the entertainment industry after a brief stint at a newspaper. To be more blunt, he became a paparazzi. He made sure to detail that too. It turned out that the father of one of his friends, who had been employed at a real estate firm, was a famous actor. However, the paparazzi had evidence of him committing adultery. What's more, it turned out it wasn't a single affair. He had been seeing others for years, and even had an illegitimate child. I'm not too familiar with foreign films and stuff, but even I'd heard of the person before. Wow. Not only did the mass media close in on my friend, he had to deal with harassment as well. Mostly by those close to the illegitimate child. None of it was major, but it piles up nonetheless. I'm just speeding through this part. Turns out the person was pretty horrible too. He was jealous of my friend and the career he had built for himself. His logic was that there shouldn't be such a big difference between their lives when the same blood runs through their veins. Of course, the real difference was the amount of effort put in to get to where they were. Some of the harassment constituted minor offenses too. It ate away at my friend until eventually he chose to kill himself.
Oh.
Huh? Ironically, that served as the trigger to wrap the whole scandal up. I bet you're wondering why I became a paparazzi after hearing that, though. It made more sense for me to hate them, wouldn't it? Well, yes. I'm of the mind that my friend's father, the fact that he didn't even give a name to his friend.
Yeah, so it's not insignificant.
Yeah. None of it would have ever happened if he hadn't cheated. There can't be evidence of something that never took place after all. Celebrities have the opportunity to fix their attitude, so they should be involved in public scandal.
Does he have beef with with celebrities? Is that the thing?
I guess. That's why I see the paparazzi as more of a force that can stop them from doing what they shouldn't. I guess.
What does that have to do with the Olympic gold medal?
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I feel that my decision to become one was just. Not that I expect you to accept that logic. Haha. With that, Scale's lengthy monologue ends. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I now know a side of him that I never would have learned otherwise. He has his own convictions, his own way of life. I can't say I understand or feel for him, but I can't deny that he's gone through his fair share in life. Electing Miharu was proof of my weakness. I feared the idea of her being able to gather my information with ease, and that fear drove me away from justice. To that end, I can honestly say that I'm glad she was able to protect herself. That relief brought me back to the side of justice. Now I want to make the right choice, which is for all of us to survive. So please, believe me. Scale places his arms to his side and bows deeply. He must have done some research on the best ways to influence people from Japan.
You were a Japanese girl.
Yeah.
You just need to bow. Like, a lot.
I believe you. There's no hesitation in my response. I already know how I feel about him. It was the answer I decided on as soon as he started his story. Perhaps since he called me even. I'm going to kill you.
I believe you. I still hate you.
I might go night-night since Scale is fucking stupid. Paparazzi forced my friend to take his life, so I became one. This makes no sense, but I know, but trust me. Ha 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 ha.
I mean, maybe I would feel more for him if
he said it?
If he said it and there's like a story, but at the same time, I probably wouldn't care that much if it's so late into the story and it's after the Yuri.
Yeah. I just want to get through it now.
Yeah, right.
Trust you would say that, thank you. But I pass. Huh? As much as I believe you, as much as you've convinced me that you're as human as I am, it doesn't matter. My decision has been made. Even I'm surprised at how cold I sound right now. Woo, Rika! I'm saving my girlfriend, you fucker.
Not taking any chances.
Mm-hmm. I never knew that I had it in me to speak in this tone. I'm going to elect you. I chug what remains of my juice. The tart flavor makes me wince a little. Mouth noises. Following that, I asked the bartender the price and then hand over 1,200 yen. About as pricey as you'd expect from this kind of place. For juice? $12?
Yeah, that's alright.
Damn.
Bars, fancy bars in Tokyo.
I'm glad I was able to get to know you. Now I'm sure that I won't forget you after I eliminate you. Wow! I leave a dumbfounded Scale behind after I walk away. Part of my doing that is to avoid him trying to convince me otherwise, as that's the sort of person he is. I knew how I was going to respond, but I'd be lying if I said my conviction didn't waver as I heard him out. I know I'm a big softie. It's in my blood after all. The hustle and bustle of the streets outside is as loud as expected, and yet somehow I feel like I can hear a scream of pure anguish come from inside the bar. I grit my teeth and make my way back home. I have no right to feel bad about the decision I've made, I know that. But I can't help but place a shaking hand over my shaking heart. Oh. And now she can go back to thinking about whether or not she says yes to her new girlfriend.
I mean, she's a new girlfriend. Then.
Alan Scorpion finds himself recalling the visit he received from Scale Jones, who sought to exchange information one day ago. So wait, who's left? Federico, Scale, Alan Scorpion, Rinka, Miharu.
So Alan Scorpion definitely will eliminate Federico.
Yeah,
Rinka will definitely eliminate Scale Jones.
Scale Jones, yeah.
I guess Scale Jones would nominate Miharu, but that cancels out with Miharu, so...
Would Miharu... Oh, and Miharu would have to eliminate Scale Jones?
Yeah. I think that's how
So they both have to vote for him?
Right.
It's Alan and his Scorpion den. Alan Scorpion finds himself recalling the visit he received from Scale Jones, who sought to exchange information one day ago.
After this week, it should be Alan, Rinka,
and Miharu. Yeah, which makes sense, because we've already resolved the Federico storyline.
Yeah.
We've already resolved the Scale storyline.
Yeah.
We just learned everything about him. And we don't know enough about Alan, so he has to survive next.
Yes. I'm gonna get the Alan storyline.
I'm gonna get the Alan Scorpion storyline. He is alone and in the same warehouse as usual. This gutted, abandoned place has become something akin to a home for him. Quite the contrast to what he was used to living in, due to the fortune he had built up with his business. A vessel for the goddess.
What?
What he'd learned from Scale was rather hard to believe.
Oh.
The last remaining participant would become the means that will allow Parka to remain in the real world. He was ready to chalk it up as nonsense at first, but he reconsidered once he learned that the claim came from Hebinata Miharu. He had his doubt about both the idea of divine selection occurring before this and Miharu being its survivor, but after some consideration, he decided to believe it.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't make sense to believe in the dream world, but deny other abstract concepts surrounding the goddess.
I guess at this point,
Yeah.
just believe whatever.
Just take it.
Yeah.
Scale had a suggestion to go along with the information he provided, too. It involved getting information out of Shishimai Rinka by proposing the idea that everyone can survive. Alan had thought of this once before himself. It is possible to create a situation where no one can elect another person. Starting with numeral 1, all they would have to do is elect the following numeral, who would then protect themselves until the clock's rotation was complete. In the proposed situation, Scale would pretend to have formed an alliance with Alan and Federico. They would get the required information from her. The information would then be used to elect Rinka, a simple con, really. Scale's suggestion was one Alan might have gone along with if he had made it sooner. Or perhaps he would have gone along with it now had the target not been Rinka. Oh, he has a crush on Rinka. Uh-oh.
Ew.
In other words, he turned down Scale's proposal. It's almost time. Alan produces a card as he speaks to himself. Federico's Carminati regret was what he revealed to Scale in exchange for the information. Alan was able to discern it when he learned that Federico's ring was an old wedding band. However, he also came to learn that Federico had no history of being married. What's more, the ring was made from before he was even born.
Oh.
In that case, it had to be his mother's.
Oh.
Upon further research, he discovered that Federico was taken from his mother at a young age. Oh, that's what it was then.
Which part?
What? He had his mother's ring.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There's no record of her death, though. Alan came to his conclusion that his regret involved meeting his mother once more. Lo and behold, he was correct. He shared that information with Scale. However, his eyes are set on the future, not the past. Alan knows that based on his experience with you, a person's card will change to reflect their new regret. At first, he thought it was only due to you being a child, but even adults are subject to this, should something cause a significant impact and alter the values they hold. Not only is the concept of regret dictated by one's own personal perception, but they also serve as a sort of emotion. Emotion, okay.
Sure.
That's fine with me. If it disappears, then all I need to do is find
I guess
it
it just
again.
means a person's regret can keep changing.
Soon after he says this, the card in his hand dissipates into little droplets of light.
Oh.
Well, now, someone won't be happy about this. Alan knows that Scale will be furious when the information he gained from their exchange disappears like this. He's likely to figure out that Alan offered it to him knowing this would happen, too.
So what is
I think
Federico's new regret?
I think it's about Odette.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. This game heavily relies on its characters to believing stuff and not having actually prove it to them. Yeah. Of course, I doubt he has the luxury of worrying about that. Both of your models are very well done. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I've had the same model with the same rigging pretty much since like 2020.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. It's because the software just keeps getting better. I mean,
Yeah.
like VTube Studio and stuff, right?
I think you just become more beautiful.
Ah! I have a blush emote. I don't remember what I set it to. Is it this? This? Do I even have it anymore? Like I said, the software just
I
keeps
don't
getting
know.
better.
You have to like set a
Let's
hotkey for
see.
it and everything.
Do I?
It's like
No,
one
I
of your
guess not.
numpad keys.
I don't have numpad keys on this
Oh,
keyboard anymore.
never mind.
It used to be numpad keys in my old keyboard. Okay,
Oh, well.
let's see. All right. He doesn't have Scales cards himself, but it's easy to assume that Miharu does, having survived her election by him. Alan knows for a fact that this applies to Rinka as well. As such, it's likely that Scale will try to target her. I already know where I stand.
In the warehouse.
I stand in this warehouse. It is very dark. He sounds content with his decision, thinking back to the fire he saw in Rinka's eyes. Oh.
Scale is the one getting screwed over.
Mm-hmm. Good. I find myself peering down on the city alone. Tokyo Tower is famous enough that even I know about it. You can see the entirety of Tokyo from its observatories. Almost 2 months have passed since I first came to this country with Odette.
Federico.
Assuming everything goes smoothly, there will be only 4 more rounds of divine selection. I guess enough's enough. It would have been all over for me yesterday if I were the same guy as before. I've done nothing but mull things over since eliminating Odette. I even cut out Scale. I'm genuinely on my own now. It's allowed me to notice something, though. Feelings inside me that I hadn't realized were there. It was exciting to know that I finally reached the answer I'd been searching for, but with it came a sense of loneliness. It all came to a head last night. My regret card disappeared. In its new place, a new card with new content. Success.
Was he able to, like, change his regret card?
Yeah.
At will?
I guess.
Whoa.
Kind of ironic, really. It's the only thing I'd always wanted. Success? Success is his regret?
Oh.
Is that what he means?
Maybe. That was love.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's true. I'd been a loser all my entire life. Nothing changed when I grew up. Nothing changed when I joined and then tried to leave the Mafia. Sure as hell didn't change after becoming a participant in Divine Selection. Part of me figured it'd be alright, though. Even if I was a loser, I'd come out on top in the end. I was sure I'd have the last laugh. I had myself chalked up as the protagonist of the world. I realized I was far from the truth thanks to Odette's elimination, though. I never once thought that succeeding or winning. All I've ever done is run away. Well, I was wrong. This entire time, deep down, I knew just how pathetic and worthless I was. I'd been averting my eyes from the truth until now. I'll win no matter what. I don't have time to dwell on the past. It doesn't matter if I'm not the main character.
On this Yuri visual novel.
Nope. I just wanted to say that I've made it. Ugh, I knew it. I'd been looking up to her the entire time. Federico makes his way from the observatory towards the emergency staircase. He casts his eyes up at the blue sky, inhales deeply, then exhales. Doubt we'll see each other again. He takes out the ring he's kept close to him all this time and throws it at the horizon.
Oh.
You shouldn't throw things off of a tower.
Yeah, right? Do people just do that?
I think so. Federico notices something important. This is the moment when his life can truly begin. When does my life begin? He's like Rapunzel. Did he trick me? While shuffling through the cards in his possession, Scale witnesses Federico's regret card vanishing before his eyes.
Oh. Yep.
He obtained that card in exchange for invaluable information regarding Divine Selection. Its disappearance leaves him more agitated than he was already. Alright, gonna head to bed. Good night, Pentinkyo.
Good night.
His agitation stems from his failure to form an alliance with Shishima Rinka. He never once doubted that everything would go according to plan.
This guy's getting voted off the island next.
Yup. After all, he'd heard about her interactions with and attachments to previous participants. Numerals 8 and 10 came first, but it extended to numerals 4 and 5, the former of which killed her classmate at one point. He had pinned her down as someone whose empathy prevented her from prioritizing herself at other people's expense. He even made up the story about his friend's death to take advantage of it. Wow.
It's a good thing we didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah. He didn't even have a name.
Yeah, it was just my friend.
My friend. Rinka had lost a friend before and is faced with the reality that another close friend is a participant in Divine Selection. Thus why Scale thought using a story about his friend would influence her the most.
Wow, he's so manipulative.
Yeah. He was convinced she would be easy to manipulate.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He knows for a fact that she believed his story. She believed it so much that she felt bad for his supposed loss. And with Rinka on his side, Miharu would be sure to follow. My earphones are only playing one side. Oh, there.
Oh. Sorry, did I move?
I don't know. There.
Got it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
With Rinka on his side, Miharu would be sure to follow. He knows that Miharu's regret is Shishima Rinka herself. What? That's why.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, not like dragging her into divine selection?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe just not saying anything to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he plotted to drag her in through Rinka. The risk of both his own election and his information becoming privy to others would decrease through their alliance. Once that was sorted, he would get in contact with Federico again. He would provide him with Miharu's information and have him elect her. If everything went according to plan, the next round would see him elect Rinka, Federico elect Miharu, and Alan elect Federico, leaving only Alan and himself. Scale knows Alan has the means to gather information on others. Well, like, if there's at some point going to be 2 people remaining...
Right.
And they just elect each other. What happens?
So we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I guess the ideal situation would be one of them just gathers information on the other.
Yeah.
First.
Even if Alan has all of Scale's cards, all Scale would have to do is gather Alan's. He had already prepared himself to deal with whatever Parka had in store for when elections were no longer possible. This was his plan to survive divine selection. Since when did Rinka get so resolute? Why did things turn out like this? She made it crystal clear that she would elect him despite her newfound sympathy. Scale remains incredulous. Even so, he isn't one to let others decide his fate. Being at a standstill is his worst fear. A cameraman can't afford to give up so fast. So what does that have to do with it?
That's what cameramen say to themselves all the time.
I am not going to give up. Risk it for the biscuit. He is the living definition of never giving up. I know what I'm doing is right. There's nothing more just than wanting to live. The biggest issue right now is his impending election by Rinka. Her desperation when it came to saving her classmate was a sign that she's prone to being reckless for the sake of those close to her. Scale did his homework on who those people would be to her. This includes her sole surviving family member, of course.
Oh no.
You're giving her more of a reason to elect you, bro.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be more reason?
Yeah. Saturday after school.
School? Do they have
Saturday after school?
Yeah,
what
right?
the fuck?
Is that normal?
Yeah. I think in Japan, I think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
In
know.
Persona, they have school on Saturdays too, but it's like a half day.
Oh.
We'll have classes in the morning today, so the plan is to keep the store open all afternoon. I'll keep it open all tomorrow too.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Makes me feel bad for complaining about 5-day work weeks.
Right.
It's been closed pretty often this week, so the least I can do is make sure it's running normal hours during the weekends.
Wouldn't like a coffee store be open in the morning?
Yeah. Doing so reduces the risk of Scale trying anything funny too. I doubt he'll take any risks with people in the store, not to mention the fact that the street outside is fairly busy. I told him loud and clear that I had every intention of eliminating him. It's entirely possible he'll let his emotions get the better of him and try to get information out of me through less civil means.
Do you mind if I have some coffee?
Naomi has come along with me today too. We're taking a break from research today, so I told her to use her Saturday as she normally would, which led to her saying she wants to come over. I figure it'll be fine so long as she doesn't go home too late. Sure, give me a sec.
Before she gets killed again.
Yeah. Naomi is a prime target.
Mm-hmm. She should just carry some mace on her or something.
That makes Naomi my first customer of the day. Today's coffee is based on the blends you can get at standard coffee shops, but with a little arrangement done by my gran. We call it Gran's Blend. Isn't that just like...
Which is different from blended gran.
Yeah. No! I don't want blended gran. Not sour per se, but very bitter. I make sure to brew it by following the notes she left for me, letting it steep for just the right amount of time before pouring it. I don't think it works that way.
Ah, yes, things that coffee lovers say.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This one's delicious as well.
Phew. That's actually one of my grand's favorite blends. She told me it was about time I ordered ingredients for it when we last spoke.
Wait, does that mean?
Yep. A relative of the person she's taking care of is heading there for a bit, so my gran might be able to come home for a day or so. I want to make some coffee for her when she does. She always goes on She'd always go on about how there's no bigger indulgence than sitting down with a cup of good coffee. So I want that experience to be my gift to her.
Wow, it would be a shame if anything happened to her before.
It wouldn't, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be a shame if something happened to her, Gran?
Oh, yeah. I guess I've been indulging myself a lot then.
She offers a shy smile. We grew close after she said the coffee I made was delicious, now that I think about it. After our exchange, the day passes by at a relaxed pace. Naomi spends her time reading a book. Meanwhile, I deal with customers like normal and flip through a cookbook whenever I have downtime. Once done with her coffee, Naomi poses a question.
This might sound weird, but, have you ever been in love before?
My voice quivers. This is not a topic I can deal with right now.
You know, with Miharu.
Yeah. Or me. I've been reading stuff with romance in it, but those don't bother me because it's not related to me. But when it is, oh boy. What makes you ask?
Oh, the story I was just reading just got me thinking. I was wondering what the difference between love and simply having an interest in someone is.
Sorry, but you're best off not relying on me for that. I'd be lying if I said I didn't care, but I've never given a lot of thought before. How about you?
Me? Well, there is someone who's caught my interest at least.
Oh? Wow.
Wow.
I never expected that. Then again, it makes sense after she took charge for the culture festival. No doubt she made a lot more friends from that. She might have even gotten to know people from other schools. It could always be someone from her middle school, too.
It might just be more adoration more than anything else, though.
Admiration.
Admiration more than anything else, though. Not to mention the fact that there are plenty of hurdles to overcome in order to confess.
Like gender? Oh!
Huh?
Miharu's face flashes through my mind unexpectedly. Can't blame Naomi for her reaction. I doubt gender is the first thing to come to mind.
She's probably not gay or anything.
I'm not too sure about all that myself, but I think the best way to get your feelings across is to give them a voice. The fact that Miharu was able to do that and confess to me is amazing. Meanwhile, I still haven't been able to give her a reply. I'm such a loser.
Oh, okay.
Ugh, just thinking about it is making me all embarrassed. That's why I try to forcefully change the topic. Change to topic.
Yeah.
So, who grabbed your interest? Sorry, I shouldn't put you on the spot like that. Feel free to ask if something comes up, though. I'm not too reliable, but I'll do what I can to help.
Okay.
Her cheery response helps me settle down a bit, and it gets me thinking. This moment feels as normal as they come, just a regular part of my daily life, almost as though we aren't in the midst of divine selection.
Wow. What a
Wow, that's what
happy,
her dream
normal-
is, her regret. Daily
Yeah,
life.
daily life.
Once I send today's report to my gran, I return to my room and find Leith inside. You sure do turn up more often these days. Come here. I slither into bed and curl up with Leith. I doubt anyone would judge me for spending a day like this every now and then. 2 hours of lazing about later, I decide to take a shower and go to sleep. Wow.
Wow.
It sounds great.
Sounds like a nice day.
Yeah. Leith is nowhere to be seen after I finish my shower. No.
Kitty.
No kitty.
What?
Is that her ringtone?
I guess it is
Sunday.
Dun,
I-
dun, dun.
I get woken up by that god-awful ringtone on my phone. It's ringing far earlier than my alarm, judging by the time displayed. I then notice it's my gran calling, which jolts me awake. She's definitely not looking to chat if she's calling this early in the morning. Maybe I messed up yesterday's report. That, or maybe something happened with the relative. Now I'm making myself nervous. After a deep breath, I accept the call. Hello? Familiar male voice. Hey. A gasp of surprise slips out of my mouth. This isn't my gran's voice on the other end. It's Scale Johnson?
Jones. I didn't think I was allowed to
Jones?
Scale. Yeah, right?
So weird.
Maybe it was
typo.
It used to be Thompson.
It's like it was Jones, but then they like
forgot to change it.
They forgot to like they mistranslated it or something.
Maybe Rika's just bad at remembering.
Rika just remembers. It's Scale Johnson. Oh no, this is Scale Johnson, isn't it? What?
No,
Scale Jones. He proceeds to speak, knowing that I'm not about to waste time asking questions. You'll never guess where I am. A little town up in the Tohoku region. One you might know quite well, actually. He says the name of the town loud and clear. A small place with a small population, almost the exact opposite of Tokyo. It's where my gran was born and where she's been since March. I'm sitting here with your lovely grandmother. Well, maybe that's not entirely accurate. I've taken the liberty of confining her inside a car a couple miles out of town.
Jesus Christ.
I can kill an old bag of bones like her with ease, but I'd rather not. The last thing I want is to afford you the opportunity to bring her back by eliminating me. That's where the car comes in. I slipped her some medicine so she's sleeping tight, nestled in with a briquette. What's the briquette? 2 secs. He uses her phone to send me a picture of the situation. As he said, she's tied up in the back of a car with a cold briquette tucked under her arm. What's a briquette?
Like something used to start a barbecue?
Oh. The windows are all taped up, too. No. How could you? I know exactly what he's hinting at. He wants to kill her through carbon monoxide poisoning. He can't. Don't! Calm down. You know where I'm going with this, right? You want my information, don't you? That way I won't be able to elect you. You got 5 minutes. Type up your cause of death and regret along with the relevant information and send it to me. She's a goner once those 5 minutes are up, or if you send me information I can't make a card out of. You realize you're at risk if you kill her, right? In fact, you already are if word gets out that you've kidnapped her. Oh, don't worry. I'll be sure to pass this off as suicide. Though, let's say I do get caught. So what? I'll just be killed by you soon enough. You got 2 options here. Save Granny or let her die. Simple. Assuming my theory is correct, you won't be able to bring her back so long as I don't play a direct role in her death. But hey, who knows? I could be wrong. Doesn't he literally play a direct role?
Yeah,
like he kidnaps her, puts her in a car,
medicine, yeah.
and he gave her medicine, and he also is holding the carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Scale Johnson is crazy.
This is a little insane.
I certainly won't be giving you extra time to think it through. 5 minutes and counting. Got it? He ends the call right away. Ah! I can't help but scream. He's got my grandmother. He's kidnapped my one and only family member. It might be possible to save her by eliminating him, even if worse comes to worse. I can't risk it, though. What do I do? I'll never be able to live with myself if I let her die. There's no guarantee I'll be able to bring her back. What's guaranteed is that she'll be safe if I die in her place. It's all my fault. My inability to realize that he would target someone other than me or Naomi caused this. My hesitation to speak to her about divine selection out of fear that she wouldn't believe me caused this. It's my fault, all mine. I open up the messaging app on my phone. My fingers are trembling so much that I can barely type. I don't have any time to waste, though. Just then my phone rings. I think it's from my grand's phone at first, but it's a restricted number. Why now?
What?
Why now?
Why now?
Answer?
Sure.
10 seconds. That's all they got. If I'm lucky, it'll be the police calling because they notice something's wrong. It could be it could lead to her being saved. Thinking of that, I accept the call. It's me. Alan? The voice on the other end of the line belongs to none other than Alan Scorpion. What's with this timing? I don't know what he wants, but I don't have time to chat right now. God knows why he would get in contact now of all times. We must talk. There's no sense of concern in his tone at all.
Why are there so many decisions?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
I guess you have to hear him out.
Hear him out.
That's what's leaning towards, yeah.
What is it? He might actually know what's going on right now, so I decided to hear him out. It would seem I was wrong about your similarity. Perhaps it's for the best that I realize this now. There's nothing I can do for you, unfortunately. Hurry and finish your message.
What?
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 He hangs up immediately after without so much as explaining how he knows about my message. Make sure you save!
Yeah.
I can't call him back either, considering the number was withheld. Not like I have time to do
This
so.
is one of those stupid visual novel, like...
Yeah, like arbitrary decisions.
Yeah, right?
I get back to typing and letting out screams of anguish in the midst of it.
There's a good Pro ZD video about that one.
Yeah. I typed the necessary information and sent it along. He should be able to create my cards with that. A call comes from my grand's phone immediately after. You made a wise decision.
Did we pick the wrong thing?
I think we picked the wrong thing.
No. Okay.
That's enough, isn't it? Let her go. Sorry, but my safety isn't guaranteed when you still have the means to elect me. I'll be leaving your grandmother in the mountains nearby along with the car. They should be able to find her with a bit of effort, but it won't happen today at the very least. It should be fine if they find her Monday, but who knows what will happen if it drags out till Tuesday. Not many people can survive long without food or water. You bastard! Don't you dare! I trust that you understand what I'm getting at. You want to make sure I don't elect you, right? Bingo. Your precious grandmother will starve to death if you eliminate me. No need to worry about her freezing to death, at least, considering I'm in the middle of summer. Ah! I can feel myself clenching my teeth so hard that they might actually crack. I'll never forgive him for doing this to her. Or so I say, but there's no way for me to get back at him. He's basically saying that he plans to elect me. Do you want to undo that?
I don't know, I guess.
Or do you want to see how it plays out?
Oh, I don't want to see how it plays
Yeah, I don't want to see how it plays out. Okay, let's load.
Let's see if anything different happens on the last.
This one?
No, the very last one. Yeah.
Load this save.
Sure. The one after Alan calls you.
After Alan calls me? Hang up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll have to wait. My family's in danger. I shout this into my phone and end the call before he can say another word. Almost sounded like he was laughing, which pisses me off. What the hell did he even want? Ugh, I can't waste any more time. I try to focus on typing. Finish the message and send it in a hurry. Must be just under 5 minutes. I pray it goes through, otherwise I get a call right after sending it. It's likely Scale with a new proposition after reading the message. You really are careless. Scale? The way you let your emotions get the better of you truly is similar, though. You're not Scale. Did you honestly believe he wouldn't harm your grandmother after you sent him your information?
What? Okay.
Access to your info doesn't guarantee his safety. It's possible for both you to elect and eliminate one another at the same time. If it were me, I would have left her in the mountains after obtaining your information, so that only I could save her. That would prevent you from electing me. Once you're gone, I would kill her to prevent the word of what happened from getting out. I have no doubt that he would do the exact same. He only mentioned killing her in order to make you panic. The voice on the other end leaves me speechless. It isn't Scale speaking, it's Alan. It doesn't help he's saying something so terrifying while I'm still shaken. I deleted your message before you can see it, so there's no need to worry. I made sure not to look at it myself as well.
Oh, she sent the message to the wrong person?
Oh. Why would you... Actually, forget it. Is my grandmother there? Assuming this is your grandmother. She's still out cold from the medicine. She has a number of small grazes, but she is otherwise unharmed. What a relief. More important... No, wait, she's more important. But still, explanation, please. What?
I would not have gotten that on the first try.
Yeah, no, obviously
we didn't get it on the first try.
Alan goes on to explain everything. Apparently he predicted what Scale would do and followed him. As hard as it is to believe, he was actually hiding in the trunk of the car that Scale was using.
Very sure.
Not long after contacting me, he forced his way to the car proper, knocked Scale out, and saved my gran. Oh.
Great.
That's good. Now he's driving back, having left Scale behind. Now I understand. But something more important is on my mind. Why did you save her? I mean, it indirectly saved me, too. Are you looking to bargain with me again? Yep, that one bad end is especially evil. Uh-oh. Phew.
So dumb.
Okay.
I feel like, as curious as I am about the bad ends, I would like to avoid them. One, because we already spent way too much time on this game. And two, like, I feel like the first ending you get is the one that sticks in your mind the most.
Canon ending.
Yeah, so I don't want a bad ending.
Well, okay, that's fair. I agree with that. Although the one that stuck in my head the most from Nurse Love Addiction was not the one I got first.
It's true. It's true.
The ones that stuck in my head from Nurse Love Addiction are the ones that are most traumatizing.
We can always go back and look at the bad ends.
No, I don't want to look at the bad ends. If anything, I only want to look at the good ends. Are you looking to bargain with me again? I've said it before, the resemblance between you is what drives me. The resemblance between you is what drives me. Probably him, her, and whoever the person was in his dream.
Oh. So if you didn't have the conviction to go with your gut feeling, then he would have believed that you were not the same as the person. That's
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't resemble her at all because you stopped to ask me what was going on.
Yeah. Huh? What's that mean? I find myself becoming more alert regarding how vague he's being.
He's vague posting.
He quickly proves that I'm overthinking things, though. I have no intention of harming her. Feel free to come yourself if you don't trust me. He hangs up and, in doing so, avoids giving me a proper answer. I'm able to call back now because he used my grand's phone, but I guess its battery has died or something. Or he turned it off.
Or he just crushed it in his hands.
Crushed it in his Alan Scorpion hands. The sheer stress from it all leaves me wide awake, making my attempt to get back to sleep completely futile. 5 minutes of wasted time later, I fire up the browser on my phone and book a ticket for the Shinkansen. Alan's right. I can't just sit here knowing what's happened to my gran. Even assuming that she's fine, there's no doubt that it was a terrifying experience for her. She's pretty tough, all things considered, but this has to be the first time she's been kidnapped by a random foreigner and forced to take sleeping pills.
Yeah.
I doubt she'll get over it for a while. I had planned on keeping the store open all day, but seeing her is more important. Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Over a day has passed since Alan saved Rinka's grandmother from Scale. Either this is Federico or Miharu.
One of them.
He did so by predicting Scale's course of action and following him. Once Scale had made his move, Alan made one final check with Rinka. She acted exactly as he had hoped. Rather than anticipate that he would help her, she acted out of emotional instinct. Following that, Alan easily put a wrench in Scale's plan. Hey, what's up, Sci-Fi? How are you?
Hello.
It's ironic that I could imagine what I would do in his situation with such ease. Alan grew quite familiar with the two-way path of deceit as he expanded his business. That's why he was able to figure out how Scale would attempt to survive without much issue. However, Alan now finds himself opposite of Scale's position, almost as if has been gradually picking up the parts of himself that he discarded long ago. This is nothing new for him. He's simply returning to where he once stood. You can't see the stars at night here.
Very observant. There's one right there.
There's so many, actually. Just tilling to M2 progs early today. Nice! Very cool. The town where Rinka's grandmother is staying is out in the countryside, wildly different from the urban Tokyo. The Tohoku region's landscape is far more reminiscent of his own homeland. One can see the stars in the night sky there with ease. It's hard to believe that there was a time when I told people about their star signs. What? Memories of times long past are included in the pieces he finds himself picking up. While he hasn't forgotten them, they have been little more than memories. Now, however, those memories carry meaning to him. I wonder, do you still find yourself counting the stars? He sighs as he makes his way through the town. He has no one to validate his chosen course of action. He feels satisfied despite that. The similarities truly are striking, though it may be more accurate to say that their personalities are one and the same. The resolve to stand up to something far greater than oneself. That special look in their eyes that can choke the heart of anyone and stop them in their tracks.
Oh no.
And the tendency to let their emotions take over, making them vulnerable at the same time. I don't understand how one resulted in a bad end and one resulted in a fine end.
So I think the idea is that Alan is comparing Rinka to his whatever
Ex or whatever.
Sure, I'll say X. So I guess the comparison is that Rinka had he was testing if Rinka had the resolve. Oh, he was
testing Rinka. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if she didn't have the resolve, he wouldn't do any action.
He would not have knocked out Scale.
Yeah. He wouldn't save the grandmother.
And saved the grandmother. And saved Rinka.
Yeah.
He would have just let Scale read the message and then leave grandmother overnight.
Oh my god.
That whole
what world is hang up on the person trying to help you probably the right answer? You know what I mean? It's so arbitrary. I hate visual novels sometimes.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
just
how
trying
would
to
you
trick
know
you.
that choice is related to the person he's thinking about?
Yeah. It's almost like Undertale. You know how when you, in the beginning, if you kill, the music just restarted.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know how Undertale goes.
Oh, yeah. It's like, how would you know that to get that specific ending, you have to do
pacifist run or whatever. Right. Yeah. Alan presumably just stayed in the trunk of the bad ending and didn't intervene.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alan Stupian. Making him vulnerable at the same time. Alan cannot help but smile. At this point, he may as well be fighting for her sake. I'll see this through to the end. It shouldn't be long now. His thoughts complete, he sets off to find his lodging for the night. No one would suspect that he was the young CEO of a flourishing company right now. Hardly surprising. He's nothing but a young man walking under the night sky during summer. Yeah.
A young
Sunday
Indian
evening.
Man
Young Indian
man
in Tokyo.
Rural village in Tohoku.
Yeah, in Tohoku. Having taken the Shinkansen back to Tokyo, I returned to Lionhouse not long before the last train. Wait, so she took the Shinkansen to wherever in Tohoku to find her grandmother, and then back with her grandmother, or just like back?
Probably just back.
I cast my mind back over today's events. I got on the very first train available to see my gran. She was in the hospital. While fine, they said that she had suffered a minor sprain. Even something like that can take a while to heal when you're old, so I'm a bit worried. Once we're alone, she told me everything that happened between midnight and morning. She seems to remember both someone assailing her and someone saving her. Easy to guess which one Alan was. Apparently, he told her that Scale had kidnapped her for money. Not only that, but he also dealt with Scale. He recommended that she go to the police, but she opted not to.
Oh, I guess Alan talked with her grandmother.
Yeah. She believed that Scale would learn from this and regret his actions. If it were anyone else, she would have reported them immediately, but she was fine with it so long as she was the only victim. To that effect, she told the doctor that she twisted her foot in the bathroom. She's oddly stubborn at times like this. How convenient.
Right.
Once checked out of the hospital, we went back to the relative's house where she made us some coffee. It had been so long since I saw her that I could feel my tear-filled eyes burning. Not because I was lonely or sad, it was out of relief from knowing she was fine. She wasn't bothered in the slightest by how I'd been running the store. In fact, she was happy that I was still running it in her absence. More importantly, though, she said she was worried about me. That alone made me feel at ease. I was worried about how the store was doing, so I made sure to ask her about it. As I thought, Lionhouse was currently in the red. Apparently, that wasn't an issue, though. I'm not too sure on the specifics, but my gran was making enough from her real estate venture to balance things out. Ah, yes, I've been playing the real estate market in Japan. She really did have everything together. There were plenty of things I wanted to talk to her about. School, the regulars at Lionhouse, Naomi and Mao, and Miharu too. Most of all, though, divine selection.
So, did you find yourself a nice boyfriend?
Ah!
Yes, you know what the elders at the Catholic school say.
That and my determination to live. Ah, yes. Why should be like super, like supportive of, like she's like, oh,
girlfriend. That's
I
nice.
hope you didn't find a bad boy to date. Oh, a girl. Ah, that's even better. Oh, thank goodness.
Can she cook?
Can she cook? As it turned out, I couldn't bring most of it up. That was fine, though. I was able to remind myself that I still had a place to call home, that my gran would be there for me. She was as strict as ever, though. The moment I let slip that I had school tomorrow, she told me to head back home so I could make it on time. It'd take over 4 hours to get back, but even so, she was relentless. Her plans to come back next week got canceled thanks to her sprain, too. Instead, she said she would stay there until it had fully recovered. It was fortunate that she got away with something so minor, but I was a bit disappointed that I'd have to wait longer to treat her to some coffee. She had some parting words of wisdom for me, too. You shouldn't hate or resent people. What's more important is getting to know them. So she said. I never once mentioned scale or you, and yet it's like she saw right through me. Maybe it was easy to do when it involved someone you raised. I nod to myself in reaffirmation. Divine selection is tonight. I won't resent Scale if she's forgiven him. I still have every intention of eliminating him, though that's a choice I've made for myself. In that case, there's only one thing I can do. Get to know and remember him. Having settled on that, I get myself ready to crawl into bed. Oh, baby.
Here it goes.
Let's go. We can't escape from crossing fate. Good evening, my lovely little slaves to fate. I take a look around the court of fate. Only 5 participants remain. Numeral 1, myself. Numeral 2, Miharu. Numeral 3, Federico. Numeral 9, Scale. Numeral 12, Alan. It certainly has gotten rather lonely in here, hasn't it? And I bet it makes you feel all tingly inside. Wait, was that wrong? Yeah, that's right. Goodness, how very rude. I'll have you know that the loss of people to converse with has me quite upset. Hey, goddess. Another rude person, I see. What is it that you want? Spare me your dramatic nonsense. Is it true that whoever survives will become your vessel?
Oh.
Wow.
She just goes right out.
But she's just gonna like turn black-eyed and get all crazy.
Anyways, let's proceed with divine selection.
Oh. Alan fires a blunt question at her. He must have heard about it from Scale. I doubt Scale would give that info away for free, though, so they must have exchanged information. Parka averts her eyes from Alan for a moment, not just for fun, though. It looks like she wants to examine Miharu's expression. That answers my question. You may feel free to reveal your information to someone and have them eliminate you, should that not be to your liking. I just wanted to confirm the truth. The final participant will still be able to live on once all is said and done, correct? That is correct. That's fine then. I can be a goddess. I think I'll be fabulous. Would you like to merge with me now? Like hell, it's fine. Someone want to explain all this to me?
No, you're gonna die in a second anyways.
Parker takes a good look at all the participants following Federico's question. My eyes met with hers. She is smiling. You seem to be the only one unaware, judging by their overall expressions. Well, my overalls have expressions? That being said, I do feel myself in the mood for a chat. Very well. Allow me to divulge the truth. Hold up. Scale interrupts her. He's glaring into Parka's eyes. No doubt that I'm the cause behind him doing so. It is of no concern to me, though, so I just listen in on their exchange. Someone's going to get eliminated tonight, so would you mind not talking about what happens after someone survives? Hearing about a future they'll never get to experience won't do them any favors. Point taken. Of course, I do find pleasure and desperation they're showing right now as well. Damn it!
Get eliminated.
You won't let up until the bitter end. I sneak a glimpse at Alan and notice that he actually has the makings of a smile on his face. If there's anyone who my impression of has changed the most since divine selection began, it's him. He's no longer just the baby puncher.
That's right. He's the baby puncher with muscles and feelings.
In fact, I'd be willing to say that he's changed himself. There's no way the person from back then would save my gran. If there's anyone planning on electing me, please reconsider. I'm begging you. I did what I did because I didn't want to die.
He sounds desperate. Like an Ace Attorney character.
Yeah. Alan, baby puncher scorpion. Alan is a little... Scale crumples down to his knees and smacks the platform he stands on. Not a single person addresses him, though. Instead, it's Parker's voice that rings out. Allow me to begin tonight's election. The clock we've been accustomed to begins to move. Revolve, O clock of fate! The clock hand points at me. Parka's gaze follows.
Will you be electing anyone tonight, numeral uno?
Yeah, I elect numeral 9. Why? Your grandmother ended up just fine in the end.
Did you do something to her?
Damn it, I might as well do as much damage while I still can. He shoots back up to his feet and starts to scream. There's some English mixed in there, but I can't understand any of it. Even so, it's easy to tell he's just swearing at us. Fucking.
Do be quiet.
Scale's screams become inaudible as if in response to her command.
Wow, she has a mute button.
She does. I heard a mute button. I wish I had that. Daigo screaming, just mute. You can see his mouth moving, but no sound escapes his lips. He eventually notices it as well, which causes him to stop.
I won't be electing anyone tonight.
Same here. Dial turns to Scale. Sounds like we can hear him again. He locks his gaze onto Miharu before shouting again. I like numeral 2. I'll break right through anything she tries to pull this time and eliminate her.
How pitiful. He has no grounds on which to do that, correct?
It is as you say. No elections may occur between those who have protected themselves from one another before.
Oh.
That's curious. Okay.
No elections may occur between those who have protected themselves from one another before. Oh, because they were at a stalemate.
Yeah. So, if, say, Miharu and Rinka nominate each other and protect each other, then what happens, right?
Interesting rule there.
Yeah. May want to revise that rule book of yours.
Yeah. That could end up in a really backlash at some point. Scale sits down following that, like he's suddenly lost the will to live. I can't tell what he's thinking anymore. The dial continues its revolution, this time pointing toward Alan. I'm not electing anyone. Parka makes her way back to the center of the room once we're all done. Oh, because he can't elect Federico anymore, because he doesn't know it anymore.
Yes.
Oh.
So Federico lives another week.
She signals the next step in the standard ethereal tone.
With that decided, numeral 1 and numeral 9, allow me to begin the election procedure.
Okay. The platform beneath me begins to rise the moment I nod in assent. It makes its way up in a spiral-like movement at a consistent pace.
Oh, that sounds dizzying.
And it probably plays like dramatic music while it's doing it, like ho 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 ho. Right. Eventually, I reach an area I've become familiar with. This marks the second time I've been to the upper stratum. I've come to bear the burden of my decision. Standing across from me is, of course, Scale. Bet you hate my guts, huh? Not that I can blame you when I took that old hag hostage. Might have even hurt her in the process. Electing me out of revenge is a just action. Though I'm sorry to say my actions were as well. There's nothing more important than this desire to live. That's why everything I did was necessary. Just remember, no matter what I did, I'm still human. A human you're going to kill. I'm aware of that.
I'd do it again, if I could.
He continues to glare at me. I know what he's doing. He's trying to get information out of me by having me sympathize with him. Funnily enough, I find his determination to do so almost admirable. I can't comment on whether his actions were just or not, but at the very least, there's not a single person who would deny his will to live. My gran already forgave you. That means I hold no resentment or hatred toward you. Putting on a bold face, are we? Feel free to think what you want. I pause for a moment before I continue. You told me about your life. Now you stand here, still determined to live. I won't forget any of that. She'll remember the wrong story about his friend that he made up.
So this guy had a friend, and he died.
Yeah.
Scale's just staying there from heaven or
in
whatever.
the beyond,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like, no! Oh my god. That's what people remember.
Definitely will remember the tantrum he threw. Right before he
Yeah,
died.
right? Bleep and bleep. What does Lightning McQueen feed his cat? Ka-chow. I don't know anything about cars, but I assume that's a line that Lightning McQueen says. Oh wait, did I read that? It won't stop me from eliminating you, though. That's why you have every right to curse me. And by doing so, you'll give me the opportunity to know the real you. That's so. In that case, rescind your election right now.
I'm afraid that's not possible. Even if she were to agree, one cannot renege
Renege?
on their election at this stage. She doesn't even know how to
know how to say the word. She's like,
renege.
stop.
Stop. Go back on their election at this stage.
I like to think Parker can't say it either. Yeah, me too. Parker butts in on our conversation. He's like,
Actually, you can't.
Much like last time, she seems to have appeared sometime after the two of us completed our ascent. I'm sorry, but I didn't plan on doing so in the first place. I make my intentions clear to her. I find myself surprisingly calm in this situation. Let me ask you something else then. What would happen if I just stayed here forever? As you know, I'm very much opposed to the idea of dying.
The passage of time here certainly differs from that of your reality, but remaining here for too long would cause a great deal of interference in the fate originally in store for you. To that effect, you may become unable to return to the real world.
What? Does that mean I would just
So,
stay here
crazy-
forever then?
Crazy rules coming out of Parker
Yeah.
right now.
That'd be the same as not dying, right?
No one has ever tried before, I'm afraid. It's hard to say what would happen.
That's enough. Interrupting the two of them, I open my card book. The cards in my possession float out in response.
Aw, must you be so rash? Fine, please select your cards. Gosh. Are you really going to be my vessel? Jesus.
I won't tell you to man up. In fact, clinging on to hope as much as possible, it might be the best way to go about it. Truth of the matter is that we'll probably never see eye to eye. I doubt you want someone like me to understand you and your desire to live either. I pick out the first card containing his information. His name is Scale Jones, not Scale Johnson.
Now she remembers.
Now she remembers. Damn right, I don't want some brat like you thinking they can understand me. There are lots of things that frighten me, you know? That's why I love gathering information, almost as much as I love photography. The more you know, the less there is to fear. On the other hand, no one knows what death truly entails. It's not hard to imagine why it's the most terrifying thing when you follow that logic, isn't it?
I just imagine he's like saying these things really fast.
Yeah. He died in an accident. I choose another card.
They never talk about what is
All right, I should probably mention that half of what I told you about my life was a lie. The whole thing about my friend who killed himself over his dad's scandal was phony. After the paparazzi, I only went to that because of money and freedom there. Hate to disappoint you, but I'm more interested in comfy lifestyle than adhering to some sense of duty. Granted, you won't even care how to reveal that, would you? You'll just see it as some trying my best to live. It's funny, you won't say you understand me, but here's the thing. His regret involves a gold medal. I read the final card's contents, making sure to keep my eyes locked on him all the while. Wait, how can you read the content if your eyes are locked on him? She's like,
It's red. It's like
she's
a
like,
gold. A gold. Sorry, a gold.
and she's trying to use her peripheral vision to like read the card. She like puts it in front of his face to read it. I'll never understand you either. All three cards float away from me once I'm done. When they reach the middle of the Court of Fate, they converge and form a triangular shape, which causes light to spill out from them. You're a weird one, Shishima Rinka. I can't see Scale's face anymore thanks to the light.
Oh, is that it? That is last words. You're a weird one.
You're a weird one, Mr. Grinch.
Mr. Grinch.
The scenery switches to a highway with more than 3 lanes going either direction.
More than 3 lanes?
Going either direction?
Can't imagine that in Japan.
6 lanes, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm inside a car that was easily going over 60 miles per hour. Oh my gosh, that's
fast.
That's not that fast.
Yeah.
Chasing down a fancy car in front of it. Inside the car were a man and woman, both barely visible. A number of other paparazzi had been chasing them, but they eventually gave up. Scale was the only one remaining now. He'd have his hands on the massive scoop if he persevered here. And then he lost control of the car along a sharp turn, throwing him into the opposite lane and in front of an oncoming truck. The impact of the crash obliterated the car. The photographer he had kept with him in the car entered his line of sight A photograph he had kept with him in the car entered his line of sight as his life faded to black. A photo of his best friend from college. A friend who's faced false allegations of drug abuse, the fallout which caused him to commit suicide. He was the same age as Scale and a candidate for the track and field events at the Olympics. Oh. He wanted to see his friend
win the
gold medal at the Olympics. Did she say his regret?
She said it involves a gold medal, which is good enough if he started with the card, I guess.
I guess so. The car and its driver may have been crippled beyond saving, but the camera hanging from the latter's neck was somehow intact. Wow. I had to calm myself down once I was done seeing the moment Scale died. It really is too much to be shown another person's death. Even so, it's someone else's death. I'll never forget Scale, but that won't stop me from following the path I've chosen for myself. That's why I can cope.
How did you find his death?
I'm not about to give my opinion on that. My response is short and to the point. She's taking pleasure in our struggles against one another. Even worse, she's making no attempt to hide it. She reads out Scale's cards to me with indifference after that. My answer must not have been to her liking.
Do decide on which card to obtain by the time you reach the lower stratum.
My platform begins to move after I receive her instructions, slowly making its descent. That's how my second election ends.
Oh.
Whoa. Rinka, 6 out of 10. Wouldn't watch again. I lock eyes with Miharu upon my return to the lower area. She takes a moment before nodding. She must have realized where I'm going with this. I'll take numeral 2's regret. Miharu's regret. Miharu likely expected it the moment she knew I was going to eliminate him. This is necessary for us to elect and protect ourselves from one another. Why can't she just tell her her regret?
Right. Maybe to make it known to Parka and maybe the rest of the people what they're planning. I don't know.
More importantly, her willingness to let me have it is proof of her trust in me. I have to admit, its contents are a bit surprising. Written on it is none other than my own name.
Wow.
Surprised as I am by this, it makes sense to me now, considering her confession. She really cares for me this much.
Cares is putting it lightly, right?
Yeah, she really is obsessed with me this much. Miharu is blushing next to me, but she makes an effort to seem inconspicuous.
Tonight's session resulted in one elimination.
Hold up.
Heavens, I prefer not to be interrupted during my oft-rehearsed lines.
I love Parka. She's the best character in this game.
Just sitting there in her room.
She's like rehearsing. Revolve, like a face.
No, I have to say it more. Revolve. That's not quite right.
No, maybe it's more like revolve.
And then we'll
Just sitting there in her like pajamas and like on her bed.
Yeah. She like takes like an hour to get ready like this. Oh, I like imagining that she has like sweatpants and like hoodies. Oh my god.
It's like Gabrielle Dropout.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Or even in Lucky Star, you know the
Which part?
at the end there's the girl who's like she's
like
like
the
Yankee on
celebrity girl,
screen,
yeah.
but then she's like, ugh, and then she's like starts smoking or something like that.
Heavens, I prefer not to be interrupted during my oft-rehearsed lines.
Who cares? More importantly, you said you'd explain the whole vessel thing once the election crap was done.
What else do you want me to say exactly?
Well, I get that the last remaining participant becomes a vessel for you. I also get that becoming a vessel doesn't get in the way of that person's survival in the end. Much as it creeps me out, it's fine as long as we get to live. I want to ask about what happens after that, though.
After that, you say?
Does whoever becomes your vessel get access to your powers, too? Having been told the full story by Miharu already, I already know that isn't the case. She mentioned being able to talk with Parka in her dreams, but nothing about being able to use her powers. Parka just uses your body as a place to stay. She's just a Pokeball.
Oh, I see. So Miharu sees Parka rehearsing her lines. Very nice. Like, how do you think this?
Maybe Parka is actually doing those rehearsals with Miharu there.
Oh,
She's like,
yeah.
Tell me how this sounds. Tell me how this sounds.
I came up with this one last night.
Oh,
clock of
fate. What do you think? And then Miharu's like, I guess.
Yes.
Can I just sleep?
O'clock. I get it. That's funny.
Yeah. I get it now too.
O'clock. It's fun. Get it?
You don't become some kind of divine being or anything. If anything, it's basically the same as making a folder on a computer named Parka and encrypting it.
Sure. Go with the computer folder analogy. Yeah.
I mean, is there any merit to becoming your vessel?
You are in the privilege of conversing with me in your dreams.
Ain't no one interested in talking to a runt like you. Hell, that's a major downside. Damn it, I'd have trouble sleeping at night knowing you're gonna turn up.
Oh, you had best remember that this runt is the goddess of fate. I have the ability to reshape fate itself.
Excuse me? Federico isn't the only one taken aback. Miharu seems somewhat surprised herself. Same goes for me.
Of course, I have my own will. Fate can only be changed by the whims of the goddess. There's little I love more than being entertained. As such, I may be willing to change fate should my vessel keep me as such.
What?
Entertained. If her vessel keeps her entertained, then she lets the vessel live?
I guess.
What?
So whoever entertains her the most.
Oh, then she changes their fate. That's what she said. Fate can only be changed by the whims of the goddess. And there's little I love more than being entertained. So if you entertain me, then I can change fate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the power.
You're rather impetuous for a goddess.
Yet a goddess all the same. I advise you keep your tongue in check while speaking to a being who exists in a place in your tiny brain cannot begin to fathom. The fate of you people is nothing but a hobby of mine.
I take it back then. I'll make sure to keep you happy if I become your vessel.
Ugh.
Goodbye.
He just
falls.
Oh, I'd much rather you be eliminated. You probably reek of alcohol.
Come on. Both of them end up laughing. Both of them end up laughing as they make fun of each other after that. What? This is weird.
Friendship between the two of them.
I guess he's hardly normal if he's made it this far.
She had the ability to change fate while inside me? Does that mean she did so at some point?
Miharu lets her thoughts slip out. She catches herself and checks to make sure that Alan and Federico didn't hear her. I can't bring it up now, but she might know something we don't in regards to Parka's intervention with fate.
Of course, only one of you here can become a vessel for me. If you have the time to ask questions, I advise you focus on your own survival instead. As for now, I bid you all farewell. May we meet again next week.
We've somehow ended up with even more questions this late in. That being said, I can tell that we're about to enter the final stretch. Oh,
stretch.
man.
7th inning stretch.
What a crazy... Whoa, who's this, strange man?
It's Venti again.
It is Venti. You want me to be Venti?
Sure, yeah.
Allow me to congratulate you on a job well done. You've brought another person's fate to a close tonight.
Thanks.
It seems to have placed a heavy burden on your heart, even if you yourself are unaware. Well, you know that you're not alone anymore. This has to be your greatest strength, in my opinion. I figure I'll wake up in the real world, but it seems fate isn't quite done with me for the night. Instead, I'm face to face with a man that I've grown accustomed to appearing in my dreams.
Oh, maybe
Is she the vessel for this guy? A what? A what? Is there two
fate gods?
There's 3, aren't there?
Yeah, right. They said something about the 3.
Yeah,
fates.
there's 3 fates. So who's the third one?
The cat.
The cat? Now me? As usual, I can't move or say anything in response. I can only vaguely process what he's telling me.
Now he's like, so I've been having this recurring dream with the same person lately.
The card you've gotten your hands on serves as a key to unlocking part of the memories sealed away in your psyche. What? Rinka says what? And he says what? In response. As such, allow me to do the honors. Consider it a gift for your actions thus far.
Another weird dream.
It's a scene from my childhood. At the time, I was playing at a nearby park. I say park, but it was rather a famous tourist spot. I went there often as a kid due to my gran being too busy with the store to entertain me. This had to have been before I started elementary school. It was there I met a girl around the same age as me. Hell yeah. Childhood friends. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so cute.
Baby,
Oh,
it still has gold in her hair for some reason.
That's just her hair color is like, I guess.
See. I thought she dyed it.
What's wrong? Oh, they're so cute. So small. Look how small she is. She's wearing babies. She got a little hoodie on. She's got little lions on. Little teddy bears.
I like this little teddy bear.
She didn't answer my question. It was rare to find other kids my age, so I probably wanted to play with her. So I kept talking to her. And she kept ignoring me. I eventually gave up and just sat down next to her. She was staring into the distance, seemingly at nothing. When I noticed that, I decided to follow her gaze without another word. Once it was time for the park to close, we both left. I told her I'd see her next time before we parted ways, but she remained silent.
What? That's just how they met?
Yeah.
Wow.
She just said, "What's wrong?" And then she just sat down next to her.
Wow.
Yep. Day after that. She was there again, in the same spot, staring off into the distance. I sat beside her without a word. Thinking back, I'm amazed I was able to do that. It must have been that I wanted to mimic her or something. I spent the day sitting with her until the park closed. I told her I'd see her next time before we parted. She spent the day after that, and the day after doing the exact same thing, as did I. As usual, I told her I'd see her next time before we parted. But things changed the day after that.
I'm going somewhere far away tomorrow.
I remember thinking it was weird that she sounded so boyish despite being a girl. What?
Okay, weird.
I probably should have had a stronger reaction when the girl who had been silent for 3 days finally talked to me, but I guess that's just how kids were. Far away?
Yeah. My dad crashed his car and killed people.
Oh no!
Oh. Now he needs to move because people know he did it.
Iffy translation because Miharu uses boku as a pronoun. Oh!
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to move.
I didn't really understand what she meant at the time. That's why I was able to answer her right away. Don't worry. You can just come back if you get lonely. I'll probably be here forever.
I don't know anything about being an adult or logistics of moving.
Yeah. I'm 5.
What's your name?
I'm Rinka. Shishima Rinka. And you?
I'm Miharu.
Cool. I don't care. I didn't care about her family name. Not like I was old enough to understand the nuance between given and family names. I just made sure to answer people when they asked by reciting what my gran told me to say. We talked and played a lot on that day.
Will you say goodbye today?
She sounded worried when she asked. As usual for the young me, I didn't think about it for very long. So my answer was simple. Nah, see you next time. After that day, I never met her there again. At that park, where the ever-so-familiar clock tower had just been built.
Wow.
I guess that just much like how that park has now become our final destination, it also served as our beginning. Wow.
Wow.
They're so cute as babies.
Cute childhood
I love childhood friends. How could I forget something that important? Didn't she forget something else super important before too?
Something about a fire.
Oh, well,
fire.
she was a baby in the
Yeah,
fire.
I wouldn't...
Wait, how did she survive that?
Good question.
What?
I don't know. They didn't explain it.
It doesn't feel like I've had a nightmare where I jolt awake. I normally wake up in a cold sweat whenever that man appears in my dreams. Meow.
Yay!
Looks like Leah that paused the covers off me at some point. That explains why I feel so cold. Actually, it's got nothing to do with the temperature. It's got more to do with the fact that I remember the man appearing in my dreams. I'm not sure why, but I'd completely forgotten about him until now. That's right. He's appeared a number of times before. Some theories claim that the brain organizes one's memories while they sleep, which results in our dreams. It may be possible to dream about past events that you've forgotten based on that theory. But the dreams I've had feel more like I'm literally reliving those events. Dreams. Parker said that the dream world represents a wealth of possibilities. In that case, they might not be mere memories, but the representation of a world that could be. Who in the world is that man?
Meow.
Yeah, probably pointless to rely on Leith for that answer. Who knows? Maybe the world has dreams of the past as well. Then again, I can't say whether or not cats even dream in the first place. Ugh. I can't believe I forgot something that important. I really am horrible. Well, let's save here. Unless you want to continue.
No, it's a good place to save.
Yeah?
I think.
With cute little babies.
Little
I really hope we're on track for a good ending.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it should be. We've gone this far.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of decisions in this game.
Yeah, but the ones that are apparently are...
And, like, vague?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
right, that's
true.
true. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to stop for now.
Yeah.
I'm so curious how much we have left in this game.
All right. It seems like it's wrapping up, but
Yeah.
you have at least Federico and Alan.
Yeah.
And then whatever happens at the very end.
I imagine the next time, Rinka and Miharu will vote each other off and then cancel each other out.
Mm-hmm.
And then what will probably happen is either Federico will vote out Alan because he's all got us all this resolve, or Alan will figure out Federico's regret and vote him off. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
I
We'll
know.
see.
I'm
But
curious.
I feel like a lot happened.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just a vessel for the goddess.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, and I rehearse all my lines before.
I love Parka. She's
That's
so
so
good.
funny.
And she's just so great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's send you all over to someone for raid.
It's raid time.
It's raid. I typed in raid instead of Twitch. Twitch.tv. Who should we go to?
I don't know. We also have to.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess we don't really have to.
Just chill here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parker really is just a theater kid.
I can see that.
totally see that. We could just end the stream here. I
I think it's good.
it's pretty
Let everyone
late.
go to sleep.
yeah.
Okay.
But yes, thank you all for being here. And
Yeah.
thank you all for hanging out.
Thank you for joining.
And I hope you enjoyed this episode of Yuri Friday.
yeah.
Thanks for the stream. Thanks so much for hanging out, Sci-Fi. Hope you have a good night too. But yeah, we'll just wrap it there. End credits. When's the next time we're gonna stream, do you think? Monday?
Monday there's raid.
Yeah.
Or Monday there is no raid because there's maintenance.
Oh no, raid because of maintenance.
Yeah.
Boo. Well, we could stream something anyway.
Yeah. Maybe it was.
Or yeah, we'll
figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna end the stream there. Hope y'all had fun. And yeah, I'm gonna send you off into the evening in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bye.